The story of Anthony Owusu-Ansah and his delivery business, Shark Express. What started as one man's dream is now a thriving same-day delivery business that serves hundreds of families. Through financing, mentorship, business networks and market access, APSA is helping businesses like Shark Express grow, create jobs, build futures and deliver joy across Ghana. Behind Anthony's success isn't only hard work, it's having the right partner like APSA. From funding to guidance, APSA stands with entrepreneurs who dare to dream.
We see your story and we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. APSA.
You are listening to Citi 97.3 FM, the city's finest.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to Citi. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. Biggest conversation.
Yeah.
32 after 6 Monday morning, February 23, 2026. So long as the Lord lives, as long as the Lord lives, He will strengthen us spiritually, that those who wait on Him would win. Those who will go further must go backwards in waiting. It's a brand new day, brand new week, powerful way to start your day. Of course, Diana Hamilton, we certainly love her. Starting off our morning with an amazing medley, Pentecostal tunes this morning. We love it. Business sense for you this morning. A time comes when you need to stop waiting for the man you want to be and start being the man you must be. Bruce Springsteen says this: a time comes when you need to stop waiting for the man you want to be and start being the man you want to be. So there's a difference between becoming and being. And potential is the most wonderful word in any language. It looks forward with optimism. It's filled with hope. It promises success. It implies fulfillment. It hints at greatness. Potential is a word based on possibilities. But you need to start transforming potential into being. So what are the actions you're taking today that will transform your potential so that you stop, you're not at that level of what you want, you start being. Taking action is the message for you this morning. Business Sense is brought to you by ABSA. What chapter are you in? Are you on in this 2026 story? Is it the chapter of new plans, fresh starts, finally saying yes to the things you've been putting off? With ABSA, you're supported at every step with tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, digital banking that helps you save, plan ahead, and take control of your life's big and small moments. So whatever chapter you're writing this year, let it end in a yes with ABSA. Your story matters, ABSA. We're bringing you the news review shortly. Richard Delaska is here with Bernardino Coco Abner, and the news review is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Your salary deserves better, so switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits, lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. So it's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, contact 0800 003355. FidelityBank.com.gh is where to visit. On our socials, Fidelity Bank GH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. So Bernardino Koku Abla, good morning.
Good morning, Caleb.
Richard Alaska, and of course Godfrey Akotubuafo is a packed morning this morning.
Everybody's
here.
Monday morning.
Yeah,
I am happy, but I came to chook. You know me, I like choking.
What is happening again?
I like your shirt as always.
Best of Ghana.
Yes. What's going on?
There are some rich kids who have turned our roads into their personal race
course.
endangering people.
When was that?
Like they've been racing on sections of the route and then they film it.
And they put it on social media.
So they use their dash cams.
Oh yeah.
And then they put it on social media. And people are giving them fans for foolishness.
They are going above the. In fact, you can't run.
They are racing
because the motorway is the only place you can go 100. Even the motorway is not in the state for.
They do it all the way up the Bree Mountain, and then they come.
At what kind of speeds?
Alaska said they are racing. I didn't say they were driving. No.
They are racing.
They are racing. Using these high-end power vehicles. And the Ghana Police Service, you can't tell me you've not seen the videos.
Are they aware?
I'm just alerting them. You see, they need to make examples out of these kids.
Somebody knocked somebody at the airport traffic light about 2 years ago. It was a speeding situation that led to the death of that person. And sometimes they do it at night.
Yeah. And that's what they did it during the day. A fleet of vehicles just zip-zapping through traffic and filming themselves. And people are giving them fans on Twitter and TikTok. I don't even understand why people feel this is something to applaud. Absolutely. So I am happily choking this morning.
Didn't you get any car numbers?
I'm coming. The Ghana Police Service, when they check it, because quite a few people have tagged the Ghana Police Service on Twitter.
In those videos.
So they should go and check. They will see the number plates. In fact, some of the owners of the vehicles have been mentioned in the tweets. So they should go and check and find those kits and display them for us to see.
And you are sure they are kids?
Oh, Aloski.
You don't think a responsible adult to do that?
Aloski.
Some of them in
who
some of the adults, when they reach midlife, they don't know what to do. So anyway, let me start with there's a very serious story this morning in the Herald. Customs officers aided criminal-minded importer to dodge 82 million Citi tax. Finance minister bears teeth. There's a photograph of the finance minister, the GRA commissioner, and then the customs boss, Brigadier General Ashong Annan. So that is a story we'll follow up on this morning. Also, Iyoko declines jurisdiction in Kevin Ochery's $94 million fraud case. 10 spotlight on Ghana's Dubai declines jurisdiction in Kevin Ochery's $94 million fraud case. 10 spotlight on Ghana's Iyoko and CID. In other headlines, Apenyo marking labels 24-hour economy, more slogan than policy for jobs, questions delivery on women's bank cocoa price pledge. And then Ghana Burkina Faso renews security ties after years of dormancy.
Let me take you to the story you mentioned much earlier. Ato Forsen is mad. Mad is in inverted commas. And basically, that is on the front page of the Chronicle. And he's threatening fire and brimstone as Ghana loses some 85 million Ghana cedis at the Akanu border. That's close to Bernard's hometown. Also, Heath Goldfield post first goal after receiving Bogoso Prestia mine. And then also there's a story here that says farmer petitions to 2-4 over purported breach of Abunu system. Ebunu.
Yes, the Daily Graphic leads with B5 Plus Pioneers 24 Economy. President reveals at expanded plant commissioning. You have a photograph of the president flanked by the Minister for Trade and the Executive Director of B5 Plus, Mukesh Takwani. Also, government bans land transit of cooking oil. Finance Minister orders crackdown on customs complicity. We'll deal with that story later this morning. MTN to invest $1.1 billion in Ghana.
Nice.
And then Kotoko return to winning ways on the back page as Hearts falter again in the title race. That's on the back page.
Beautiful. The News Center also talks about $1.1 billion to be invested in Ghana's network expansion in 3 years. That's coming in from the MTN Group CEO, as you stated. Also, cocoa protests. Political engineer. This is coming in from the Honorable Mahama Ayariga. And angry cocoa farmers converge on Cocoa Board headquarters. Some other stories here, including one that says 24-hour economy bill won't deliver youth jobs. That's coming in from Kojo Pomkruma.
The Daily Guide leads with the 24 economy issue as well. NDC 24 economy misled youth. Kojo Pomkruma speaking here. Mahama commissions B5 Plus steel plant. Government discharged from UGMC after car crash. And Interior Ministry introduces automated fire compliance safety system. Meanwhile, Heath Goldfields records first gold pour, ignites local economy. There's a photograph of some excited workers of Heath Goldfields.
The Ghanaian publisher says Ghana linkless air on missing trucks, backs GRA probe. Also, cocoa farmers face severe hardship. Catholic bishops tell Mahama. And Mahama opens B5 Plus steel plant. Also on the front page, Kojo Ponkruma talking about 24-hour economy.
The BNFT leads with a story you focused on last week. Tomato crisis, broken dams, farmers' plight, traders' nightmare. Very interesting story there on page 3. Agri Impact Group founder is chairman of CSIR Crop Research Institute. So this is Dr. Daniel Akwe. Congrats to him. All 6 missing trucks located in 85 million CD transit case. Ghana Link is saying this. And the Ghana Standards Authority reinforces guardrails to limit price engineering. Meanwhile, MTN elevates major subsidiary as investments surge.
Let me take you to the custodian. Government celebrates, but our families mourn. Farmers protest killer cocoa producer price. Also on the front page this morning, government bans land transit of cooking oil, still related to the story we've been talking about all morning. And minority exposes NDC 24-hour economic gimmicks. Something here that says Savalugu MP distributes free water to constituents amidst crisis. MP is distributing.
Well, let me take you online quickly. I would start from our own Citi newsroom. CEMSE, that's SEMSE. Ghanaians overpaid 1.5 billion Ghana cedis for power, demand 11% tariff cut. Cocoa Board must rationalize staff, not just cut salaries. Free senior high school is Ghana's most significant social policy since 1992. So these are some of the headlines that you will find on Citi News. When you go to Channel 1, government must change strategy in anti-galamsey fight, Arusha, Ghana. This Channel 1 News Online.com. The headmaster of the Tripiasi Senior High School faces infrastructure crisis. He's talking about that, so I will give you details. Ghana's poverty policies treat symptoms, not causes. This according to a KNUST professor. I take you now to Obenat has done a bit of the High Street Journal. But
no, that's different. I haven't done a High Street Journal.
Okay. Then they are saying T-bill rate drops sharply as government records 13th straight oversubscription at 170%. Tomato land versus tomato output. Ghana trails in global efficiency rate. I'll take you abroad now to BBC Africa and
Sudan issues, right?
Yes. Affront to humanity, Sudan slams Uganda for hosting RSF paramilitary boss, makes it to the homepage there. And then if you go to Reuters, food aid in Somalia could halt within weeks. This according to the World Food Program. I'll give you details later. Attackers kill at least 50, abduct women and children in Nigeria's Zamfara state. And then to the US and CNN, there's an analysis here. Trump is vowing to avenge the most damaging loss of his second term. It's been a busy week. And then in Mexico, I think there was
the Supreme Court's decision against his tariffs.
Yes, there's just so much chaos in Mexico. Killing of Mexican drug lord ignites chaos as US tourists shelter in place. Since yesterday, it's basically been Narcos season 4.
This World Cup matter in Mexico. All right, let's start with the finance ministry. So the Chronicle and the Herald lead with it. The graphic has an angle, as does the news center. So I want Sky to start with the
the Chronicles version. You find that story on page 8. Richard Owusu-Achao says the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kesel Atuforsen, has warned that he would ensure that people responsible or behind the recent losses suffered by the state at the Akano border post will be punished. Now, the minister's outburst came after a working visit to Akano and Aplao border post, prompted by intelligence-led operations by the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, which intercepted 18 articulated trucks declared as goods in transit to Niger. Now, in a meeting with top customs officials after the inspection, Dr. Atuforsen expressed deep frustration over what he described as activities undermining both state revenue and local industry. There's a quote here that says, the edible oil companies in Tema are threatening to shut down because of your activities. What is going on? What is going on here? But I have to assure you that this one, dear, I will act, and I will act decisively.
The Herald's angle is a bit more poignant. It says customs officers under the GRA have been shortchanging the country by 82.6 million cedis in revenue, aiding an importer of cooking oil to evade taxes through a diversion scheme involving articulated trucks in transit across Akanu border post in the Volta region. The amount to increase as 6 other trucks carrying cooking oil, tomato paste, and spaghetti have allegedly gone missing. Of course, now ICUM say they've been found because the government had directed that those trucks return or stop where they were going and come back. So according to the Herald, the amount to increase, and the government has launched a manhunt for them. Preliminary findings point to a systemic control weaknesses and human complicity. The impounded goods will be auctioned in accordance with applicable law. As a follow-up to that, government has banned land transit of cooking oil. Graphics Benjamin Global reports this on page 13 that the government announced a ban on transit of commercial quantity of cooking oil through Ghana's borders, directing all such consignments must henceforth be routed through our seaports. This follows what Sky just read. This is to close loopholes within the transit regime that has exposed the state to significant revenue losses. What is troubling is that the name of the company involved has not yet been mentioned. No individual has been charged. It's almost like they are just describing the problem without mentioning the key
characters in the...
Now, we are told the intercepted trucks were transporting 44,055 packages of asserted goods, including edible cooking oil, spaghetti, and tomato paste. Customs assessment of the cargo spec the revenue lost to the state at 5 million CDs, up 2.6 million initially estimated, and then there were 12 trucks. And then 6 more have now been.
Yeah, just to mention quickly that according to Incomes, they've been able to find the trucks involved in a statement.
The other 6.
Yeah, that's right. If you find that story on page 6 of the news center. So we're told that in a statement, the company clarified that the 6 trucks earlier reported as missing were not untraceable on the system. Now the clarification follows reports that we know that they said that they have gone missing and all of that.
Yeah.
So basically, if you are interested in what Incomes is saying, go to page 6 of the news center.
We'll follow up on this later on for you. The other big story is the tomato crisis.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, let's be fair, it's really security issue, which people have sort of analyzed to a tomato point. So if you look at the headline, they're saying broken dams, farmers plight, traders nightmare. So the main argument of the story is that if we had essentially operationalize the Pualugu Dam, which is in the northeast region and upper east region, we would be having the quality of tomatoes we need and the quantity we need to prevent our traders from taking that dangerous journey to the northern part of Burkina Faso to get tomatoes. So basically they're saying, because we haven't built those dams, farmers don't have the type of tomatoes they need, and therefore traders have to go all the way to the northern part of Burkina Faso, resulting in a terrorist attack on them. A really nice analysis they've done on page 3. And of course, the seasonal shortage that typically occurs in June started early.
Okay.
And to top it up, the worst is yet to come. The traders have called on government to intervene by revamping the irrigation dams across the country to ensure all year-round tomato farming to reduce reliance on imports from Burkina Faso and Togo.
And the High Street Journal also looks at the tomato situation in a very, very good piece by Solomon Boache, where he says, according to Atlas Big Global Production Data, Ghana cultivates roughly 47,000 hectares of tomatoes, but produces just 368,380 metric tons, an average yield of about 7,836 kilograms per hectare. And then goes on to compare that with what Morocco is doing with 1.3 million tons on only 13,000 hectares, or Poland, which harvests 815,000 tons from 7,700 hectares. And then goes on to talk about what can be done, quotes the Agric Minister John Dumelo. Let me take you to there's
a story I want to bring to you quickly. Cocoa farmers face severe hardship. Catholic bishops are telling President Mahama. Page 3 of the Ghanaian publisher has the story, and says the Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference has called on President John Dramani Mahama and Parliament to intervene in what it calls a deepening crisis in Ghana's cocoa industry, warning that delayed payments, falling producer prices and global competition are pushing farmers into poverty. Now, the church expressed concern over the effects of unpaid cocoa deliveries and decreasing confidence among farmers, warning that the situation is undermining rural livelihoods and increasing vulnerability in illegal mining and debt.
Well, the big story from last week was B5 Plus. They have commissioned an extended plant. But let's stay with you.
Yes, Citi Newsroom. Professor Peter Quarty says Cocoa Board must rationalize staff,
very important,
not just cut salaries. His comments follow a decision by Cocoa Board senior management to take a 20% pay cut. Speaking to City Business News, Professor Quarty said that while the move sends a positive signal, it falls short of addressing the deeper inefficiencies within the organization. Bernard.
Well, the B5 Plus company, the leading iron and steel manufacturing and trading company in West Africa, is the first company to sign on to the government's flagship 24-hour economy policy. The iron and steel producer commissioned a new line of manufacturing machinery in Lakleku, near Ningo Pram in the Greater Accra region as part of the Phase 2 expansion. Pioneering the 24-hour economy program positions the indigenous steel giant as the forefront of government's ambitious initiative to transform Ghana into a round-the-clock industrial hub. I had the honor and privilege yesterday to sign the 24-hour authority bill into law, and I know that B5 Plus is one of the first companies that will register under the 24-hour initiative. The president, who inaugurated the state-of-the-art facility, disclosed before a gathering of ministers, diplomats, and industry captains. Now, just a background. With this expansion, the company now operates the largest pre-engineered building or PEB facility in West Africa and the second largest in Africa. The company directly and indirectly employs over 15,000 Ghanaians and has remained a consistent member of the prestigious Ghana Club 100. There are other details that are captured in a story authored by Kester Abraham.
Okay, so they'll build a house and then you're going to just carry it?
No, it's pre-engineered I think maybe it's like the structure of the building. I don't understand these things, but
normally
you can read around
prefab or something.
But they talk about local content and some other things they will do. President toured the facility. Minister of Trade is happy. Someone Dante George is also happy. Everybody is happy.
That's fine. Let me take you to page 7 of the custodian newspaper, where the minority is poo-pooing the 24-hour thing. So they say on page 7 that minority spokesperson on Parliament's economy and development committee, Mr. Kojo Nkrumah, has launched a broad critique of the governing National Democratic Congress, accusing the Mahama administration of prioritizing political messaging over real economic reform and structural problem solving. He was speaking on TV3.
Well, one big issue that came up last week, and BNFT is still reflecting on it: no bed, no care, tackling hospital bed crisis. It says that no bed syndrome manifests in various forms: emergency patients denied admission, long queues for general wards and critical care units operating beyond capacity. Its roots, right? So it says that.
So it's an editorial.
Yes, its root causes are multifaceted, including underinvestment in healthcare infrastructure, inadequate planning for population growth, and a shortage of trained healthcare personnel. So it goes on to propose some solutions here: investment in infrastructure, data-driven planning, decentralized care, and workforce deployment. Now, turning away ER, emergency response patients without assessment, unacceptable. This is Dr. Thomas Winsum Anaba cautioning. He's a member of Parliament for Garu and former CEO for the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, which is RAGE, and he has warned that health professionals that turn patients away at emergency departments without first assessing them is unacceptable, even in overcrowded conditions. He was speaking on the big issue on Saturday when he stressed that every patient must be triaged upon arrival to ensure they receive care appropriate to the severity of their conditions. Meanwhile, Dr. Okoboy says nearly 70% of hospital debt linked to emergency units. So nearly 70% of hospitals that slide into debt distress or shut down do so largely because of unpaid bills accumulated at the emergency units, former Minister of Health has disclosed. According to him, emergency departments by their very nature are high-risk financial centers where life-saving care is provided immediately, often without guaranteed payments, creating significant bad debt exposure for both private and quasi-public facilities.
I want to mention quickly that if you go to page 4 of the news center, you find a story: Gamache discharged from UGMC after Mahama visits. Now, that story quickly says the Gamache King, actually Taki Teku Churu II, has been officially discharged from the University of Ghana Medical Center after receiving treatment for injuries sustained in a serious road crash earlier this week. We wish him all the very best.
I have a good one, a tribute by Adjo Ebo Afare, who is a former GJ president, to a woman who's influenced all of us, Professor Nafale Sakifiu. For us, when we entered, I think JSS senior high school, she had these English language English grammar textbooks that really helped us, and she passed away a few weeks ago. And there's a very brilliant tribute from classroom to political arena. Professor Nafale Sakifiu was an exceptional groundbreaker. And she says, as I recall, Professor Fale Sakifiu, these are parts of the tribute, was the first Ghanaian politician to campaign for a national holiday for Muslims. It was a signature message on the NIP campaign rounds. She promised that if NIP was voted into power, they would institute that holiday. Don't forget, she was running mate to Kwabena Daku. This is the 92 election. And I think it's a brilliant, a tribute written for her. And I think those of us who've been influenced by her writings also ought to honor her.
Okay,
let me come to you.
So quickly, City Newsroom, where it looks like I've been paying more than I should be paying. According to SEMSI, Ghanaian electricity consumers may have overpaid an estimated 1.5 billion Ghana cedis in the fourth quarter of 2025 due to inflated exchange rates and inflation assumptions used in tariff calculations, according to a policy review by the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, SEMSI. The report contends that prevailing economic conditions justify a double-digit reduction in electricity tariffs, potentially about 11% in the first quarter of 2026. Now, let me take you to my journal line to a concerning story, and we've seen a lot of that. Assault during school sports events. That's something we need to look at. And the latest one happened at what was supposed to be a celebration of sporting talent at the district schools athletics games in Agona Swedru ended in violence after a confrontation broke out between students of two participating schools. The incident reportedly involved students from Obrache Senior High Technical and the Swedru School of Business, Swesbus.
It's really troubling the way these things keep happening.
And then we saw at this school two fighting in the streets with somebody.
Let me give you a good one from the mining sector. Heath Goldfields records first gold pour, ignites local economy. This is page 6 of the Daily Guide. The Bogoso Prestian mine, under the stewardship of Heath Goldfields Limited, has achieved its first gold pour after 24 months of complete stoppage. According to the company, the milestone is not just a return to production, but a powerful symbol of resilience, determination, and leadership. Then the rest of the stories are there. Ghana has notified Togo of international arbitration over maritime boundaries.
Let me take you to Mexico quickly
as well.
Because there's I think between that and the US.
What's happening?
Where are we going? Where are we going to be?
No, we are playing in the US and Canada. But if we qualify, we may go to Mexico.
And this is important because Jalisco State, where we have the thing happening, is where is the it's in the state of Guadalajara.
Where
it's a major center
for happening?
The World Cup. So cartel kingpin, Mexico's most wanted cartel boss and head of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, Nemesio El Mencho Oseguera Cervantes, was killed in a Mexican military operation, and that has led to a wave of violence. More than 250 blockades were reported across 20 Mexican states. In fact, members of his gang entered the Guadalajara airport, started shooting hotels. It was crazy yesterday.
You know, if you don't deal with these kinds of things when they are small, it becomes a major factor. So the gangs in Mexico are crazy.
And finally, I'll take you to Reuters. The dollar fell on Monday as traders took the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to strike down a slew of President Donald Trump's tariffs are supportive for global growth. Though
but Trump is vowing that he will still increase.
He says he will do what he will.
Well, if he breaks the law, they should just hold him in contempt.
So they basically said that his tariffs are unlawful.
Yeah, but the governor of Illinois has written some letter like that saying he should refund his.
Refund his money.
That was the news review. Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank. And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle. And the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
And Nashi Kasisa joins us with the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Good morning.
Morning, Caleb. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and Valex Lease. Coming up, Ghana becomes 8th richest country in Africa with gross domestic product now exceeding 100 billion Ghana cedis, and Treasury beats targets by 2.08 billion Ghana cedis as T-bill rates drop to 6.45%. Also coming up, government to leverage public-private partnership to revive Ghana's garment and textile industry. I'm Nashika Caesar. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Ghana has climbed to become the 8th richest country in Africa, with gross domestic product now exceeding 100 billion Ghana cedis, up from its previous ranking as the 10th largest economy on the continent. The Minister of Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Abdul Rashid Pelpo, says the improved ranking reflects renewed economic momentum and stronger macroeconomic stability. Speaking to Citi Business News, Dr. Pelpo noted that ongoing reforms in fiscal consolidation, job creation and private sector support are beginning to yield measurable results.
This government is a committed government. John Dramani Mahama has shown that leadership can change a lot. He has proven that with this one-year leadership that passed, Ghana can be a different country altogether. Within 1 year of his administration, we were number 10 richest country in Africa with a GDP that places at number 10. Today, after 1 year of administration, good governance, committed leadership, we shot up to number 8 with a GDP that is above 100 billion. And that's not because Ghanaians have changed, human beings have changed, but because there is good leadership and we are all working towards achieving an objective.
You heard the Minister of Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Abdul Rashid Pelpo, speaking there. Now, last week, the government borrowed more than it planned. It raised 2 billion and 8 million cedis above its target of 9 billion 320 million cedis. Figures from the Bank of Ghana show that investors submitted bids worth 25 billion 200 million cedis for the 91-day, 182-day and 364-day treasury bills.
Out of the total money investors offered, the government accepted 11.41 billion Ghana cedis. This means the auction was heavily oversubscribed, as investors offered about 170% more than the amount the government wanted to borrow, extending the streak of excess demand to 13 consecutive weeks and reinforcing sustained investor appetite for short-dated sovereign instruments. A breakdown of the auction results indicates that the 91-day bill attracted 8.6 billion Ghana cedis in bids, with 3.18 billion Ghana cedis accepted. The 182-day bill recorded 7.2 billion Ghana cedis in tenders, of which 2.45 billion Ghana cedis was allotted. Meanwhile, the 364-day bill saw 9.38 billion Ghana cedis in bids, with 5.78 billion accepted, the largest share of the total allocation. This suggests many investors preferred the one-year bill to lock in relatively higher returns. Interest rates continued to fall across all three bills. The 91-day bill declined by 215 basis points to 6.45%. The 182-day bill fell more sharply, dropping 249 basis points to 8.18% from the 10.67%. The 364-day bill eased by 86 basis points to 10.2% from 11% the previous week. For the next auction, government plans to borrow 5.81 billion Ghana cedis compared to the 9.32 billion Ghana cedis in the previous auction.
Netili Neti Ajaho filed that report. Now, economist Professor Peter Korte is urging structural reforms at the Ghana Cocoa Board, cautioning that salary reductions alone would not solve the institution's financial difficulties. His comments follow a decision by Cocoa Board senior management to take a 20% pay cut, with other management staff accepting a 10% reduction as part of measures to ease the board's mounting financial pressure. In an interview with Citi Business News, Professor Korte said while the move sends a positive signal, it falls short of addressing the deeper inefficiencies within the organization.
I think the signaling effect is good. That at least you are signaling to farmers, to Ghanaians, to everybody, to the global community that as managers of cocoa board, you want to take part of the responsibility to address the problems. I think we have to resolve the cocoa board issue holistically in just some efficiency in there. If there are too many staff operating at cocoa board, let's do some rationalization and they can be absorbed or sent to other ministries, department agencies where they will be more useful rather than laying them off, because there are no jobs. You can't just lay people off. You have to give a human face to it. But then keeping them and paying so much in salaries, I don't think is the right way to go. Yes, you can reduce their salaries. That's not the best as well. But these are people who have families. They also plan. They also use this. Their living standards are going to be affected. So that the signaling is good, but I don't think that's the best solution. The best solution is to rationalize and see if they are not being very productive, move them to where their services will be most needed.
That was economist Professor Peter Korte. Now, government will prioritize public-private partnerships, PPPs, to revive the country's once thriving garment and textile industry as part of a broader push to accelerate industrialization and boost local manufacturing. Chairperson of the Trade, Industry and Tourism Committee of Parliament, Alexander Roosevelt, says targeted interventions have been identified to reposition the sector for sustainable growth.
Government has realized that there is a need for public-private collaboration to ensure that policies are practical, actionable, and industry-driven. That is the reason why that particular meeting was held at Sugar Coffee. But I can assure you that earlier meetings were held with local people in the industry. They met them at the Ministry of Trade, and the committee was invited. The leadership of the committee was invited, and we joined them. As we speak, measures are in place to make sure that different industries in the sector are brought back to life. For example, Japan, textile industry. Government has also realized that there is a need to simplify and to streamline trade processes so that this particular effort will reduce delays and then bring down costs.
You heard there Alexander Roosevelt, who is chairperson of the Trade, Industry and Tourism Committee in Parliament. Now, the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, is urging the general public to disregard media commentary suggesting an imminent shortage of liquefied petroleum gas LPG, assuring consumers that there is adequate stock to meet demand. In a press release, the authority said it had taken note of publications referencing comments by the chief executive of the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, Dr. Riverson Opong, who reportedly called on the public to fill their cylinders in anticipation of a gas shortage. The NPA, however, maintained that there is no basis for panic buying. According to the regulator, Ghana currently holds LPG stocks covering more than 1 month of national demand, with an additional LPG cargo expected within the next 2 weeks. Now, on the interbank market today, the dollar is trading at 10 cedis 99 pesos, while the British pound is going for 14 cedis 80 pesos, and the euro is going for 12 cedis 83 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valex Lease. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do you have a great business day?
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
It's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry?
Tin way. Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV. 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now, Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
I know. You do me bad and
12 after 7, Gabby Affair is in for kickoff, but before he comes in, gone by was the business news. Nashika came through with that. That's sponsored by Access Bank and MTN. Access Bank is introducing the Rewards by Access. It's a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. Whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transaction can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. Whether you're frequent flyer, regular shopper, or managing daily, family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. So use your Access card today. Enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. LoyaltyRewards.Ghana.Access Bank PLC is where to visit. 0800 004400 is the number to call toll free. Access Bank is more than banking. MTN has flipped the script, and you can literally set up your eSIM yourself right from your couch. You don't need to join any long queue, not at all. So switch to an MTN eSIM, digital SIM built into your phone, so you don't need that little plastic card. No queues, no waiting, no ticket. It's your ultimate life hack. So grab your phone, download the My MTN app if you haven't already. Skip the queue, and you'll be right there. Time for kickoff, and it's brought to you by Lesheho and Shell. Lesheho is ever grateful to you for your loyalty in the years past and assuring you of their support for your goals, your dreams, your financial growth, and improving your life in general with innovative financial solutions. From all of us at Lesheho Ghana, we wish you a prosperous, fulfilling, and successful new year. Lesheho, let's improve life. It's been filling up to filling at Shell. Everywhere you go in Ghana, from Kumasi to Accra, Tadi, with people enjoying. But this enjoyment will end on the 28th of February, so hurry. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of the new and improved Shell fuels, and you stand a chance to win big. What am I talking about? 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even 1 year free fuel is up for grabs. What a feeling. So don't miss this opportunity, yeah? Visit the nearest Shell service station, fill up for an opportunity to become one of our weekly winners. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. New and improved Shell fuels, better by far. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabi Affair is in with kickoff.
right, it's a new week, Monday, February 23. Welcome aboard to kick off on Citi 97.3 in the headlines.
Dwight Odegaard, 3 substitutes combining. Gyökeres, is he in again? He is, That's it today. Arsenal get their 4th. 5 goals in the game.
What a performance from Arsenal. They end a vital 4-1 victory over Tottenham Hotspur in their efforts to stay ahead of Manchester City in the Premier League title race, while also extending their winning run in the North London derby to 5 matches. Reactions coming up in a bit, plus news from the Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak drop points at Legon, and then Kotoko back to winning ways after beating Young Apostles on Sunday, plus some tennis as well.
Carlos Alcaraz continues his imperious start to the year, devastating from start to finish under the lights here tonight.
Incredible start from Carlos Alcaraz, just 50 minutes to brush aside Francis Arthur Fields in the Qatar Open finals. Thanks to Western Union, Politan Ghana, Shell V Power and Lachelle for sticking with us as always. I'm Gabriel. Let's get into the update and starting off with the Ghana Premier League, because Accra Hearts of Oak dropped valuable points at the University of Ghana Stadium following a frustrating goalless draw against Brekum Chelsea, while Sante Kotoko returned to winning ways with victory over Young Apostles. League leaders Mediama Sporting Club also dropped points after being held to a goalless draw by Samatex 1996. But what do the results across the various match centres mean for the teams involved? Here's more from Julio Ashiri-Framwa.
Match day 23 of the Ghana Premier League could well be described as a weekend of draws, although there were some important statements made at both ends of the table. We begin at the top, where league leaders Mediama SC saw their lead slightly trimmed after being held to a goalless draw by former champions FC Samatex. Mediama still remain at the top with 45 points, but the pressure is mounting. In second place, defending champions Bibiani Gold Stars closed the gap to 3 points after a 2-1 victory over Heart of Lions, coached by Bashir Hayford. Gold Stars now sit on 42 points and firmly in the title race. At Wenchi, the Porcupine Warriors are back. Asante Kotoko returned to winning ways with a commanding 2-0 victory over Young Apostles, scoring twice in the first half. Interim head coach Yao Owusu described this win as significant.
This is my first win. Definitely make people recognize what I can do. There was a pressure. The players themselves, they felt it. So we tried to talk to them to forget about the pressure and then concentrate on the information that I want to play. And they listened to us, and it worked perfectly today for us. When we had our 2 goals, that's when it shows a lot. So we are okay with it.
Elsewhere, Nations FC shared the spoils in a 1-1 draw with Dreams FC. In Accra, Hearts of Oak were frustrated in a goalless draw against Brekum Chelsea. The Phobians dominated possession but failed to convert their chances against a side led by their former coach Samuel Boidu. Head coach Didi Dramani admitted his side must improve their decision making in the final third.
I think that we started very well, as every team that is poised to try to keep consistency we have done. We, in the first 3 minutes, we created at least 2-3 chances. And that warranted us to really count for the desire to look for a goal. I think our aim was in the first 5 minutes, right? That we played to try to score so that we can have a cushioning and then we can control the game the way we want.
Other results saw Basake Holy Stars urge Sweju All Blacks 1-0, while Karela United beat Teshiman 11 Wonders by 2 goals. Adriana FC were also held to a goalless draw by Hoho United, and in an earlier fixture, Vision FC secured an entertaining 3-2 win over Bechem United. After 23 matches, Mediama lead with 45 points, followed by Gold Stars on 42. Hearts of Oak sit third with 40 points, while Asante Kotoko and Adriana FC are tied with 38 points. The title race is tightening, and with 11 matches left, every single point now carries serious weight.
Alright, so that's the result from match week 23 put together by my colleague Julio Ashiri from the weekend. Away from the GPL, NS Henry Nogbe is chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Youth and Sports. He's confident the Black Stars of Ghana can overcome England's Three Lions when the two sides meet in their second Group L fixture. Ghana will open their campaign against Panama on June 17 before facing England on June 23, and will wrap up the group stage against Croatia on June 27.
Well, I don't know why I have this confidence that Ghana will top that group. I have the confidence that Ghana will top the group, that particular group, Panama, USA, and then Croatia. Looking at the preparations and other things that we are doing now, if we are able to sustain it till the game time and we are able to beef up the team as well, due to the injuries, get some other new players into the team, I'm sure Ghana will top the. I have the confidence that Ghana will beat England. I have the confidence, and it will surprise you. It will surprise you that we will beat England in that match. Our worst result will be draw.
All right, so that's Henry. And Esnogbe, he's the chairman for the Parliamentary Select Committee for Youth and Sport. Speaking there. Well, in women's football, Azaka's ladies knocked out Tampim Dakwan ladies from the Women's FA Cup semi-final clash after a 2-1 victory for Azakas with a game played in Takrady. Reacting to the win, head coach Raymond Fenny said the victory meant a lot to him.
It means a lot to me because realizing their squad depth, if we play a normal game, it will be difficult for us, so we have to change our strategy, and it has worked, which means that it is another strategy that I will add to our philosophy. Though we want to possess the ball more, but we realize that they have quality players than us, so we have to take the ball at them. So I'm happy. Right from the beginning, we said them that if the referee has not whistled for the end of the game, it is not over.
All right, so that's Raymond Fenny. He's the head coach for Hazakas ladies speaking there. Well, let's get to the English Premier League. And Spurs is home yesterday. Eberechi Eze was Tottenham Hotspur's tormentor again as Arsenal made it a title statement of intent by restoring their lead at the top of the Premier League table to 5 points with a 4-1 victory in the North London derby. The pressure was on the Gunners after they lost a 2-goal lead at relegation certainties Wolves in midweek, while Manchester City closed the gap with victory over Newcastle United on Saturday evening. 2 goals from Eberechi Eze and another 2 goals from Victor Gyökeres.
Incredible performance, incredible result. Ebere, if we can start with you. It turns out you really enjoy the North London derby. I remember you had a feeling before the first game. Did you again today?
I always have that feeling whenever I play. But yeah, today it's worked out. We thank God for it. We put in a good performance. We done what we needed to do today, which was the main thing.
Victor, huge contribution from you as well. Maybe your best performance in the red shirt?
Yeah, in some aspects I think it was a good one. Then in some other I think I could have done a few bits better. But yeah, it was a tough game. But I think we showed much better things on the pitch today.
Was part of that, Ebere, was it a huge response from the team?
Yeah, for sure. That's the main thing. We know what we're capable of. We know what we can do. We have to play games to dominate and to win, and we've got the players in the team to do it. So again, an important win for us, important performance, and we keep going.
All right, so that's Arsenal's goal scorer Eberechi Eze and also Victor Gyökeres speaking there. Well, the results leave Tottenham Hotspur 16th on the table, having not won a game in the last 5 games in the English Premier League, and they're also yet to win in 2026. Here's interim boss Igor Tudor.
I'm sad because it was not good enough. Arsenal was much better. In this moment was too much gap between two teams in this, I would say, psychophysic situation, even regarding the problems we had to make 11 plus 3. So it's good to show and to see this kind of team, the start to show us where we need to be. So it's all about work, start to work hard, because we struggle in a lot of things.
All right, so that's Spurs boss Igor Tudor speaking there. Well, let's get some reactions from Arsenal fans after yesterday's big win against Spurs.
Do you know what? I always thought we was going to win. Yeah. There was never a doubt. I knew he was going to come here and we was going to win, especially bouncing back from the Wolves game. You know? I just felt like, to be fair at the start, the only way we're going to lose these sort of games, and in any game for the rest of the season, is our own mistakes, man. It's these little mistakes, like even Rice going forward, and after we scored, he was like that mentality. And then you go back and do that. But the main thing I want to say is, let's keep it positive. Yeah. Moving forward for the rest of the season now, we have to keep it positive. Like 10 more games, we're in every single other cup. We're doing well.
North London's red. It always will be red. It's performance that we needed after a shambolic performance against Wolves on Wednesday. I don't know what it is about Eze, but he just lost scoring against Tottenham. That was a great performance from him again. And Gyökeres, I'm sorry, all these people doubting Gyökeres, please stop, because this boy has got something for this club. And that goal, that goal to make it 2-1, what a goal. That is reminding me of Aubameyang's goal, what he done against Tottenham as well. So it was a great performance, it was dominant, and this is something we needed.
All right, so Arsenal fans talking big after beating Spurs in the North London derby by 4-1. At the City ground, Alexis McAllister scored a 97 minutes winner as Liverpool beat Forest by 1-0. Chelsea also played out a 1-0 draw with Burnley. City beat Newcastle United by 2-1, and then Brighton halted a 6-game winless run in the Premier League with an impressive victory over Brentford to ease the pressure on manager Fabian Hezela. Later today, Everton take on Manchester United at 8 p.m. in the English Premier League. Well, that's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JJ. Kickoff was proudly brought to you by Western Union, Polytech Ghana, Shell V Power, and also Let's Share or Let's Improve Life. I'm Gabi Ofa. Enjoy the rest of the day. Do take care of yourself, and bye-bye.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Okay.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Being generous is a good thing, and helping family and friends matter. But if you help everyone without planning, you can end up struggling yourself. When every phone call feels like a request and every problem becomes yours to solve, your own plans start to suffer. Real generosity is easier when your money is well planned. That way, you can help others without stress or regret. Now this year, put your finances in order so giving does not leave you empty. At Petra, we help you plan your money properly so you can support others and still move your life forward. A financial advisor is standing by. Dial *447*70# to speak to an advisor today. Let's do life together. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? Hey!
Me say enra me boyfriend akwesi obo star 959 hash e woni phone so. Na we win.
Anita, I don't doggy park.
Oh, won so a. Akwesi asanso aba number 1. Yeah, mo adwen na ho. Ene de wo so ye me show papa bi. Na me de to sa me short sexy dress no. Na me sesa me ti. Na me ye me nails no so come on. Oh, no. Me fa uba. Make a just and small 1-2 rounds be answer me dru ni ho. Na we tria. Na na so he for order. So Chinese any wine papa bi. And they mean this check no.
Hey, Anita.
Na sa ni mia when you hear TV bi no. Also say sound. No to prepared. Na me chilly AC mu. I no go fit sweat like that. See fine girl.
Hey Anita.
Jesus.
Baby I want to know jina wa. Mr. Remember dial star 959 hash. Oh iPhone na pa ko toma ono. Na wan ka senya usika so ate.
Sister, next time kati call no what? Dial star 959 hash and I call 590mobile.com.gh. Not to be 590 mobile. Head down some.
When the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way. Litina Travels. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet, happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Litina 2-in-1 experience, uniting world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. Your Litina Travels package includes visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flight, top-class hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. This is not just a trip, it's history in motion. It's football, it's opportunity, it's Litina Travels. The world is watching, the stakes have never been higher, and Litina Travels is your ticket to the global stage. Call 0244-260-789 today or visit Litina at Alisa Hotel Northridge and secure your spot on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Litina Travels, your gateway to the 2026 Global Football Competition, happening in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, where football meets opportunity and Ghana shines on the world stage.
I used to stress about where to receive my Abro sticker and always used to doubt whether my friend has really sent it.
So I asked a friend of mine and he said his wife used to have similar challenges until she decided to receive money transfers from CBG.
Well, I can relate because now I receive my money from CBG. It's so simple, fast and secure with no delays and no hidden fees. And I must say, life is now feeling good.
Stay connected to your loved ones no matter where they are. With Consolidated Bank Ghana's money transfer services, you can receive money quickly and securely from abroad, whether through MoneyGram, Western Union, PayAngel, Transfast, UnityLink, RIA, EaseRemit, Thunes, TapTapSend, and TerraPay. Cash out your way any day with Consolidated Bank Ghana. Welcome to the good life. CBG, we stand with you.
We stand with
The world is changing fast, and the leaders who thrive will shape what comes next. What matters now is the ability to think clearly, act with purpose, and lead in complexity. For more than 20 years, Ashesi University has shaped leaders who do exactly that, combining character with rigorous real-world problem-solving. Our MBA and Master's programs in Intelligent Computing Systems and Mechatronic Engineering are designed for professionals who want their work to matter and their leadership to last. Remember, graduate and undergraduate admissions are ongoing. Visit ashesi.edu.gh to learn more.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spots in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
When Ghana wakes, questions wake with her. Jobs, roads, power, water, policies that touch real lives. From the market woman to the boardroom, from the street to the state house. This is where the nation speaks. This is where leaders are held to account. The City Breakfast Show, the biggest morning show in Ghana. National conversations, real impact. The City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
.37 on the City Breakfast Show. Happy birthday to Rosamond Segbefia of the Tech and Transformation Department, Zubeira Suleiman of Tax and Legal, and Sandiel Nete of Audit and Assurance, all of Deloitte. Happy birthday belatedly to Theophilus Anyomi of the same Tech and Transformation Department, and Francis Asalu of the Tech and Transformation Department of Deloitte from Kojo Ousu, your country managing partner. Happy birthday to Esther Ousu Banahini Sakodi of the Ghana Health Service. May this year bring you peace and great things. To our dear daughter Mami Tiwa Shirab Bowers, this new year shall bring you more grace and gifts of the Holy Spirit from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Oliver Bowers. And to the man of my dreams, yes, it's you, Mr. Prince Walali Odum. Wishing you a year filled with love, laughter, and God's blessings. Forever with you is where I want to be. From Mrs. Price Odum.
This one, coming in from Chief Inspector Sami, it says that, good morning. Please kindly wish my wife, Mrs. Beatrice Boachewa Bomanu. Beatrice Boachewa Bomanu. Yeah, Mrs. A glorious happy birthday. I pray for more grace and God's favor for you. It's coming in from Chief Inspector Sami Bomanu.
All right. Bernard, happy birthday belated to Mr. Isaac Kwabna Jedu, Acting General Manager La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and Acting General CEO of Golden Beach Hotels. You have been an exceptional leader whose vision, excellence, and steady hand continue to elevate La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and Golden Beach Hotels to iconic heights. So happy belated birthday to you. Let me say a special good morning to Seth Kublanu, and also to congratulate Apostle Kingsley Adai and his co-author. Yesterday they launched two amazing books, Journey to Goshen and Leadership Unleashed, at the Accra Technical. This is the PRWC Accra. So congratulations to him.
Happy birthday to Lawrence Oseboating Esquire Tema. Best wishes from GSTS 99 alumni. And to Ohima Che, may God continue to keep you as you grow in wisdom, stature, and favor with God. Amen. We love you from Dad, Mom, and Adomura. Later this morning, why is the government banning the inland import of cooking oil? The government says they have intercepted over 12 trucks being diverted by criminally minded importers who want to evade over 80 million cedis in taxes. We'll be speaking to the Deputy Finance Minister about this shortly. Yeah, very serious story indeed. But here's some good news for you. If you're a shareholder of Societe Generale Ghana, your dividends are now being paid directly to your bank account or mobile money. Dividend payments are no longer being made using dividend warrants. All shareholders are therefore respectfully required to update their records with the registrar, the NTAT Limited, with the following information: bank details, email addresses, and mobile phone numbers, including mobile money, including phone numbers registered with mobile money. For Societe Generale Ghana shareholders with a central security deposit account, contact your stockbroker and update your records with bank details, email address, and Momo number. Societe Generale, the future is you. Get ready to boost your career with CIMA. Whether you're fresh out of university or climbing the corporate ladder, CIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 680,000 professionals in close to 200 countries. And while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance. Become a chartered global management accountant. Get in touch with CIMA on 026-301-1992. CIMA, one qualification, countless opportunities. In today's connected world, technology is not just a convenience, it's critical. Don't get caught in a bind when your smart devices fail. Tech Therapy Limited is your one-stop solution for smart device repair. Visit us for solutions you can trust, no guesswork, no unnecessary delays. You can either send us a message on social media at Tech Therapy GH or visit our website techtherapy.africa or call 025-611-1790. Our office is at 24 Garden Road, East Legon, near the ANC Mall. Tech Therapy, your digital wellness partner. Take your business to the next level with the right support. Join Zenith Bank's free SMS business webinar on the theme Building Stronger Businesses, Unlocking Zenith Bank's SME Ecosystem. It's on Thursday, 26th February at 10 a.m. Gain knowledge on how to access comprehensive SME support, trade solutions, tailored funding options, and digital banking. To participate, visit zenithbank.com.gh, click on SME Business Webinar banner or the homepage and register to secure your spot. Registration began on the 18th of February and is on until the 26th. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Alright, so do you know the hottest slogan in town? It is Part to Part from GCB Bank. Part to Part, no be just vibes. It's your chance to win Megagantuan prizes. We're talking the ultimate all-expense paid trip to the Global Football Fiesta this year, plus monthly TVs, fridges, cookers, and many goodies. The prizes know the finish, so join the winning team, deposit and maintain 300 Ghana cedis or more in your GCB savings or current account. That's all. Small savings, the more points you earn, then Part to Part, and boom, say kutu, say bam. If you win big, so get in the game, and your next stop will be Yankee, Canada, or Mexico. From January to April 2026, save, win, and go with the Part to Part promo with GCB Bank. Global football, here we come. GCB is your bank for life. For years, you've worked hard, saved carefully, and prayed quietly, paying rent every single year, wondering when it will finally be your turn, dreaming of a place you could truly call your own, but owning a home still feels out of reach. At Locust Estates, we understand and know how it feels to work so hard and still feel unsure about your tomorrow. We have beautifully designed 3-bedroom townhouses in safe, secure, community-focused estates with a clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and 24-hour security. No stress, no guesswork, no fear. Just smart design in prime locations, built for real families and real futures. So call 0200 557704 or visit locusestate.com. Locust Estate, modern living made possible. So what 2 words can ruin your day any day? Insufficient balance, that one. But don't stress, with extra balance from Forms Capital, you can get a quick top up straight to your Momo wallet. Your overdraft limits keep going up, and the best part is that the interest is only charged for the days the funds are used. It's fast, easy, and keeps you moving. So Forms Capital believes in community impact and financial inclusion. If you have no wallet, we are leaving no wallet behind. Whether you're a trader, student, or parent, no matter who you are deserving of financial access anywhere. So get extra balance. Here's how to do that. Download the Momo app, navigate to Financial Services Advances, and select extra balance to register. Dial *170#, select 5, 3, 4, and then you activate extra balance. Extra balance, live extra. Now, February is the month of love, and there is no better place to celebrate it than Biposo Wellness Resort. It's nestled in the serene hills of Ebri. This Valentine's season, we invite you to slow down, reconnect, and indulge in experiences designed for love and well-being. From Valentine's dinner curated for intimate moments to yoga to Pilates sessions and deeply relaxing massages, every detail at Biposo Wellness Resort is crafted to help you unwind and feel truly treasured. So whether you're celebrating with your partner, your friends, or you're choosing to pour into yourself, Biposo Wellness Resort offers the perfect escape from the hassle of Accra into peace, romance, and intentional wellness. So call us 020-055-7699 or visit our website to book your experience now. This February, make it Biposo Wellness Resort.
So why is the government banning the inland import of cooking oil? Here's the background to the story. On Wednesday, a joint enforcement operation by GRA and Customs and National Security led to the interception of 12 articulated trucks carrying large quantities of food items deemed a major revenue leakage to the state. The intercepted trucks were transporting 44,055 packages of assorted goods, including edible cooking oil, spaghetti, and tomato paste. Customs assessment of the cargoes pegged the tax revenue loss to the state at 85.31 million cedis, up from an initial 2.6 million originally estimated. The operation took place between 10 p.m. last Wednesday and 5 a.m. So while men slept, along the Dowenya-Tema Road, carried out by GRA's Customs Division in collaboration with the National Revenue Mobilization Task Force of National Security. It was led by the Deputy Commissioner for Operations with support from Chief Revenue Officer Preventive Tema Collection, as well as officers from Tema Collection and Customs Headquarters. Preliminary findings indicate that the 12 intercepted trucks form part of 18 vehicles that have been electronically gated out of the customs system. Although the trucks were declared as transit goods, so this is the main issue, they were declared as transit goods from the Akanu border post in the Volta region to Niger via Kulungugu, so this Eastern Corridor. They were found moving without the mandatory customs human escort in violation of established transit procedures. Following the interception, 11 trucks were moved to the Ghana Ports and Harbours Transit Terminal in Tema and placed under strict customs supervision with logistical support from the Port Authority. Cargo from one of the trucks, which developed a mechanical fault during the operation, was transferred to another vehicle. And then briefing the media at the terminal, Deputy Finance Minister Ampem Nyako said the operation resulted in 12 trucks transporting over 44,000 packages of goods, consignments. It's basically repeated what we know. And then investigations were ongoing to trace the missing 6. Then Sky read a story this morning from the news center that the Incomes say the 6 have been found and were never lost. So apparently those 6 trucks were, when it was noticed that they were basically transporting goods irregularly, they were redirected to return, which is why they temporarily disappeared from the ICUMS platform. So basically all 18 trucks have been impounded, which means that the amount of revenue potentially to have been lost is probably even in excess of 100 million cedis. So the question is, whose dereliction led to this? How frequently has such a thing occurred? How long have they been monitored before we caught these people? And between the customs, between the national security and all the agencies involved, who dropped the ball to lead to this? So basically, if you say something is a transit good, it means you don't pay taxes for it of a certain amount, right? You are basically just because the end destination is not Ghana. All right, so the receiving country will collect the most of the tax revenue. So we'll just probably collect marginal taxes. Now, if those trucks are supposed to be escorted by customs people, why were the customs people not escorting them? How many such trips have taken place in the past? Now, the reason this is interesting is, I remember in the early hours of the NDC government, the transport minister and the road minister also decided to pay a night visit to the Axel Load Center, and they noticed that there was a lot of corruption. So apparently a lot of the vehicles were not being properly weighed. They would drive into the place, use another route, and somebody would collect money and then they would go. So the two ministers decided to go in the night again after 10 p.m. And I use the motorway a lot, and sometimes when you are moving in the night, you notice there are 50 trucks. They are now about to go and do their axle load weighing, and then they will hit the streets in the night. We all understand why they should move at night, so they don't become a hazard to road users in the day. But this type of heist, I suspect, is systemic, and hopefully we should get the minister, he will speak to it. Pascal, you know these things a bit. What do you think?
Well, so many years ago, during my days at the Statesman newspaper, I investigated the smuggling of iron rods into the country through the very border we're talking about. I remember it was really a big story when that story broke. The iron rods were imported into the country, but essentially smuggled or underdeclared, and the government was losing so much money as a result of it. But you note that that particular border was supposed to have been established so as to ensure that we have a better way of tracking, commercial goods entering the country. We have the Aflao border, which is about,
human beings.
Exactly, human beings and, services, basically. I mean, these light goods entering the country. But the joint border at, Akano, is actually to provide for proper, thorough, examination of goods that are coming into the country or going out.
There's a massive yard
for
trucks, very big.
Exactly. So there is a greater level of diligence we expect our officers there to engage in, to ensure that we are not losing money as a result of smuggling or under-declaration or misclassification. These are some of the key things that happen within the space leading us to lose money. Under-declaration, misclassification, or smuggling, properly so-called. So when they misclassify, so for instance, they are bringing iron rods into the country, but the label is maybe wood logs, right? That is misclassification. Or under-declaration. So they are bringing about, say, 10 cartons, and they say that it's 8 cartons. There are 2 on top of it, somebody has chopped some small money, and they allow it to go through. And then the smuggling proper is where they don't pay anything at all, and they find a way of entering the country with it. And it's surprising to me, first of all, that so many years after I did this, must be over 20 years ago, right? After I did that story, they still have a problem of smuggling or under-declaration or misclassification at this particular border post, because that story invited, governmental action, which was done.
How many years ago is this?
But this must have been over 20 years ago, when I was at
By that time it was Aflao?
No, it was still at Akano.
By that time, the border hadn't been developed.
Yeah, it had not been
level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, so if it's been developed to this level with all the sophistication, the ICUM systems to ensure that we know what is coming in, what is not coming in, the electronic system, making sure that the paperwork is confirmed. I mean, it raises all kinds of questions as to how 8 trucks would leave.
12 trucks.
12 trucks.
In fact, there were 18.
18
trucks.
And then we now hear stories about what was to have happened to them. Because if a truck is leaving a port, it is clear from the very minute that it is leaving that that truck is not supposed to circulate these goods in our country. That it is headed to Niger, headed to Mali, headed to Burkina Faso, headed to Morocco, as the case may be, right? So that if it leaves the port and gets through the border, and for some reason we are told that they are trying to circulate the goods locally and they are not going to their intended destination, there are a number of issues, because tracking is supposed to be done.
And the goods must be escorted by official convoys.
To make sure that
they actually exit the country.
Because what those things do is that, apart from robbing us of tax revenue, what also happens is that they undercut the market. Imagine someone producing, as the minister was complaining about, cooking oil in Tema, right? Because of the tax levels and everything they have to pay, they are pricing their goods at a certain level. But if you have these guys entering the country with goods that they have not paid taxes for. When the local market is selling maybe cooking oil at say 200 Ghana cedis, they can afford to do it for half the price, which means that the companies here that are supporting our economy will be suffering. And you'll notice, Bernard, that before we went on the holidays for Christmas, a lot of people were complaining about rice that had been brought into the country unlawfully. And many of the people we mentioned or we spoke to actually referenced the Kanu border as one of the places where these things are coming from. So it is particularly troubling. And I am very happy that the minister says that he wants to do something about it. But it would seem that this is not the first time. You remember President John Mayles went to the customs offices in Tema and basically started crying about he was a former tax commissioner, right? And the levels of profligacy that some of the officers were displaying, completely unacceptable. The president before him, John Kufuor, I remember that he also either had the chief of staff, he must have been the chief of staff, or he himself went there. And the things that were exposed, the open drawers and the drawers were loaded with all kinds of things that custom officers should not have. A lot of them were dismissed as a result of that. Of course, some people pursued legal action and related matters. So I don't know. When you speak to people within the customs service, they tell you that, he entered the customs. Oh, they always want to go to the border post. And when they go there, before you know it, they say, oh, they have this house, they have that house, they have that house. Look, it is okay to work hard and earn your money. But where sometimes you are fleecing the state to allow these things to happen, it is particularly troubling. I'm not saying that in this particular case the officers were involved, but I'm just talking about the general accounts that we have consistently received about how some of these officers do their job.
We'll bring you tech and social media trends and hopefully get some more details on this very troubling matter on the Citi Breakfast Show. It's 3 minutes to the top of the hour. What if your bank helped you big up? Welcome to the Republic Verse, where your money, your business, and your dreams level up. Own your dream home with Republic Bank mortgages. Grow faster with SME and corporate banking solutions. Run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products. Build wealth and investment and trust management, and pay anywhere, anytime with Republic Visa credit or debit cards. Whether you're starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's next, Republic Bank Verse gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. Call us toll free 0800 414 414. That's 0800 414 414. Step into the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. The Exim Bank, Ghana Exim Bank, is a decade old and hosting an international conference on the theme A Decade of Enabling Export Trade and Industrial Transformation, Resetting Exim for the Next Frontier. It's on the 25th to the 26th of March at Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel, Accra, 8 a.m. each day. President, His Excellency John Mahani Mahama, will perform the official opening of the conference, which will bring together captains of industry, thought leaders, and decision makers in the global development finance ecosystem. Call 020-854-1480 for inquiries on participation. Also go to their website for more information. Conference is hosted by Sylvester Mensah, who is the CEO. Media partners: Daily Graphic Media, General, Citi FM, Radio Go, Channel 1, and the Multimedia Group. All right, Tech and Social Media Trends is next, and Caleb is sponsored by...
Brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. You will experience banking like never before with their First Mobile or Quick Banking with the short code *894#. Your bank will be in your hands. You make real-time transactions with First Mobile or Quick Banking *894#, and you will enjoy secure, fast, convenient banking anytime, anywhere. Our key services include instant airtime and data purchase, fund transfer to and from Momo wallets, inter and intra-bank transfers, plus much more. So download the First Mobile app now from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Simply dial *894#, follow the prompts, join thousands of customers enjoying seamless banking. For more details, call First Solutions on 0596 921 921. First Solutions at firstbankgroup.com is where to email us. First Bank, you first.
So Edwin is here. Edwin Kwakufi with the booklet, with the segment. It's not a bulletin, it's a segment. Edwin, welcome.
Thank you very much, Bernard. So we start off with a very troubling story about indiscipline or ill discipline in our school system. So over the weekend we saw some videos of a student being assaulted by other students.
Secondary school students. Yes. Okay, this is the Eastern Region one.
Yes, it was the.
Or was it Central Region?
It was Central
Region.
Central.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it was the name is a little Obratri. Yeah, Obratri. So
I think it's in the Ewutu Senya West.
Yeah.
Ewutu Senya West. So Bojuase, Obratri, then those same areas.
Yeah, so the student apparently has been hospitalized because of it. But it's just one out of a number of such incidents across these school programs or inter-school events where students attack each other, throw stones at each other, throw missiles at each other. So it's just one of these incidents, and people are criticizing and condemning such incidents because obviously it's not good to have students attack each other. And this one was particularly gruesome because they were throwing stones at him, no mercy at all, beat him.
For what?
Yeah. Over basically nothing.
It was a very difficult watch, and I think the police would have to get involved. And most likely, many of these will be minors. But again, the law would have to
treat this as criminal matters.
Exactly.
A lot of these boys know what they are doing.
And then also, it is important that the police. I don't know whether normally they receive police officers to police these sporting activities but for the level of violence that went on, no, I think something went wrong, and there must be consequences.
What normally happens is some of these things happen outside the stadium. So they set the fight outside and say, we'll meet here. And then they'll go and engage. But I completely agree with the call that we all enjoy these sporting events. They are very important part of the educational program. But it's becoming look at what happened in the Eastern Region. I was telling the Kufuria Sectec boys basically raping somebody and coming with machetes. Like, it's just bad. I hear they've been banned for 2 years or so. The Ghana Education Service needs to get to work on it.
Edwin.
Okay, so the second trending topic is you mentioned this in the newspaper review, El Mencho.
Mexico.
His name is Nemesio Osequera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. So he was killed in Mexico, and it sparked violence across the country because he was one of the country's most wanted drug barons. So the US said it's provided intelligence to Mexican security forces, and they carried out the deal. He was the leader of the feared Jalisco New Generation drug cartel, and obviously he died after being seriously injured in clashes between his supporters and the army on Sunday. But the concerns that have been raised regarding the World Cup, because already we've seen a number of incidents, unpalatable incidents in the US, and now Mexico, which is one of the three co-hosts as well, is facing this new wave of violence. So that has sparked concerns about how the country is going to deal with security with so many people coming in for the World Cup later this year. And also in the United States as well, people have expressed concerns about the security there. So another major issue therefore
in the US.
Okay. Now we move on to some football, and yesterday Arsenal restored their lead, 5-point lead at the top of the Premier League.
Enemies go shame.
It was
people mean us not too much.
It was a dominant performance against Tottenham Hotspur, who are supposed to be Arsenal's biggest rivals in the Premier League. They are North London rivals, but they absolutely battered them.
But it was a match of fine margins. Spurs scored another goal which was disallowed, and Arsenal's keeper cleared the ball off the line. If you watch the match closely, some of those decisions could have changed the game.
And Spurs aren't happy with that disallowed goal because they felt the push on Gabriel was very soft.
The guy,
for him to have gone down in that manner and for the referee to have disallowed that goal. So a lot of football across the weekend. Chelsea drawing. Liverpool picking up a very late win.
Undeserved, but we'll take it like
business, 2-2 business. I don't know what's going on.
Manchester City also beating Newcastle to keep the pressure up on Arsenal in Spain. Barcelona winning, but Real Madrid losing. So that's
and there were about 4 different racist incidents. So I don't know if you've been following. After Vinicius, there was a Sunderland one, there was the Burnley one, and then there was another one involving the Wolves player. And all the teams have issued statements. So it's like a lot of racist people are hiding behind social media to attack black players.
There was also racist abuse,
and it's not even only social media.
Yes, so it was, that's what I'm saying. So this is Chelsea, Burnley.
Chelsea, Burnley.
Then you have Sunderland, West Ham. And then you have Wolves, Crystal Palace. All black players, all either missing a chance or getting red card or booked. And then people attacking them online. With and some of the social media posts are done with anonymous account names. So the teams have reported to Meta that they should try and fish the people out, because this type of behavior should not be encouraged. And of course, we know what happened to Vinicius last week as well.
And even at the weekend against Osasuna, there were fans that racially abused Vinicius Jr. The La Liga is investigating those issues as well. So terrible all around.
I don't think La Liga is serious with racism. I don't think they are. Anyway, give me some tech news.
Some tech news, and interesting. There's a station called Bullet TV in Ghana. So over the weekend they introduced their first AI newscaster named Margaret Tobin. So they say the move is to allow staff, especially women, to take needed family breaks without fear of losing their roles. So there was this newscaster presenting the news. It was very interesting to see, but also, as always, concerns have been raised that is it a move to push actual human newscasters out of their role, because this is deemed to be cheaper. You don't have to worry about health concerns, you don't have to worry about payments, any issues raises. So those are the concerns being raised.
Well, whatever it is, it is here. We need to embrace it. The challenge really, it's about knowing where to draw the balance, and then also the question of whether we have enough local if you like, data to be able to properly train these models to be precise with our names and related matters. So when the counters Agbo,
we will not train them. We will not train them to.
And then we'll see whether it will be pronounced Ajak the League, get the Gelly proper. That is where the issue is. So we'll do proper model.
Thank you very much, Edwin. That was Tech and Social Media Trend.
Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say cattle banky baby? No lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world. First rank, customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But tell me office a chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see crap, yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
You know how much moms always say too much of everything is bad? But there's one too much mom actually approves of. Telecel's Too Much Broadband Bundle. This season, all you have to do is buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Too Much Broadband Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and get 150% bonus data. That's right.
Simply buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Telecel Too Much Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and receive 150% bonus data. Dial *900#, use the Telecel Play app or visit the Telecel website to buy now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car. Charlie, 1 whole year,
I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's filling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win. Free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you want to study or explore career opportunities abroad? Take your first step with IELTS from the British Council, the world's most trusted English language test for visa applications, universities, and other institutions. Book your test and get free access to IELTS Ready Premium, our top-rated preparation platform, including practice tests, video tutorials, study plans, and more, worth 1,750 cedis. Visit our website today to achieve your study and career goals with the British Council.
Prices will go sweet to your body. Plenty products they and deals. Free a crack, see bimbila. Baby, wahoma, obia. From appliances to clothes, beauty products pay as you wish. Quality products guaranteed. If it matters to you, then it matters to us. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. Your pocket to thank you.
Are you ready to revolutionize the future of agriculture? The Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, in partnership with the Ghana Exim Bank, proudly presents the Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026. The fair will feature exhibitions, market linkages, masterclasses, and workshops on climate-smart farming, digital tools, and export development. Join us at the Black Star Square from March 17 to March 19 at 9 a.m. each day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be assisted by the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofosuejari, and the Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank, Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, to open the fair. Government agencies, agrotech firms, startups, farmers, financial institutions, and the general public are all welcome. To exhibit or for inquiries, call 0559 679326 or 0242 585419. Media partners: Daily Graphic, Media General, Radio Gold, Citi FM, and Channel 1 TV. Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026, transforming agribusiness through local innovation and technology.
Welcome to your financial tips with Solace Finance. Managing money shouldn't be limited by long queues, banking hours, or travel distances. Digital tools like Solace Finance app provide a digital solution giving you 24/7 access to savings, transfers, bill payments, and multiple wallets linking, all in one platform. With real-time tracking of balances, interest earned, and transactions, you can plan ahead, save consistently, and make smarter financial decisions with confidence. Simplify your finances, stay in control, and let Solace Finance help your money work smarter every day. Download the Solace Finance app today. For more information, call or WhatsApp us on 059 957 7963. Solace Finance. Your money, your power.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
15 minutes past 8, City Breakfast Show. Your car takes care of you every day. Now it's time to do the same. Protect your car with a comprehensive motor insurance policy with SG Ghana Sound Drive and get free fuel coupon rewards. You can also get exciting branded souvenirs when you buy or renew your third-party policy or a new Smart Drive policy, a third-party policy with an extra layer of protection and benefits. Promo lasts from now till end of March. Let's help you take care of your car so every drive feels more secure. Call SG on 0302-214-314 for more information or walk into the nearest SG Ghana branch to buy or renew your motor insurance policy today. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
And your peace of mind starts with the right protection. Get your vehicle covered against the unexpected with CBG Motor Insurance and drive with confidence. And there is more. Sign up before 31st March 2026 and stand a chance to win fuel coupons and other exciting rewards. So don't wait until it's too late. Get insured today. Drive protected. Insure with CBG. For inquiries, call our contact center on 0302-216-000 or email us at talktous@cbg.com.gh. Connect with us on all social. CBG, we stand with you. And we've been in the business for 102 years. We are trusted by generations. Enterprise Insurance is our name, and we have dropped the Insure Naturally promo. Is the road to the ultimate football experience. When you insure your car with Enterprise, you don't just get protection, you get extra rewards. So enjoy free fuel coupons, airtime, shopping vouchers, and stand a chance to win an all-expense paid ultimate football experience live at the stadium. Insure your car now with Enterprise Insurance and be part of the Insure Naturally promo. We are running this till May 2026, and promo is regulated by the NLA on its Caritas lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance is your advantage. But I want to say a very good morning to Nana Akoto Ejapong. He is a fintech personality and he's a nominee for some awards within that space. Loop DFS Ghana is the company he runs. Nana Akoto Ejapong, good morning.
Anglo Ashanti is alerting the public to fraudulent job recruitment scams using the name of the company and its subsidiary, the Anglo Ashanti Iduaprim Mine. These fake adverts and letters are not affiliated with the company in any way. Anglo Ashanti never requests payment for jobs or authorizes third-party recruiters. Verify vacancies via official website careers page. That's anglogoldashanti.com/company/careers or call 0302-743-400. All right, so why is the government banning the transit of commercial quantities of cooking oil through our land borders? The government is directing all such consignments be henceforth routed exclusively through our seaports. Now, Deputy Minister of Finance and MP for Esojaman is joining us to speak about an operation last Wednesday that tracked 18 trucks and found that some irregular activities were going on. Honorable Deputy Minister, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bilal. How are you?
I'm very well. So what took you and your minister to the three main borders or to the Tema port and other ports? What were you looking for which led to this find?
Okay, so on Wednesday night, we got information that Customs, with the assistance of a task force from National Security, had intercepted about 12 trucks of cooking oil, spaghetti, and tomato paste. And they were purported to be transit goods that were going to Niger. And so they intercepted them around the Wenya area and brought them to the Tema Customs Yard to secure them there. So the next morning, which was Thursday, Minister asked me to go and see what was happening there because he was scheduled to be in cabinet that morning. So I went with the Commissioner General and other officials to go and find out exactly what was happening. And we were shocked to have information that all those items that were purported to be going to Niger were actually being smuggled into the country. So the initial information we got, the documents that they had, showed that they assessed taxes on these 44 1,000 plus packages, only 2.6 cities. And you see, customs does this so that the importer will provide a bond to the tune of the taxes that they would have paid if the goods were coming into the country, so that if eventually the goods end up in the country, that taxes will be assessed. So they had undervalued the items and have assessed only 2.6 million cities. When the customs did reassessment at Tema, they realized that the actual duty should have been 85 million cities. So that was another red flag that we saw. And the question is, if you are from Togo and you are going to Niger, do you have to come through Ghana? Why would anybody use a longer route to go to another country? So the tip-off that the customs officials got were quite credible, and so they had to act. So I brought the initial report to Minister, and he says, no, as of this one, we have to travel to the source of the problem to see what really transpired. So around 4 a.m. on Friday, he led us to the Aflao port, and then we proceeded to Akan, where these items passed. And we interacted with a lot of people, including customs officials, and we were shocked, because one important thing that came up was that they have a reference price list for all these items. And on the reference price list, the price of this edible oil is $20.5, but he used only $12 to calculate the taxes payable. So that is what led to the significant reduction. And Bernard, what this means is that if you even arrest the importer on the way and you force him to go and pay the taxes, he will go and pay only 2.6 million, when the actual tax he should have paid was 85 million cedis. So the question is, who assisted them to assess this significantly reduced taxes? So a lot of questions are unanswered. And the information we are getting is that it's pervasive. This is rather the norm. And there is an existing ban on transportation of edible oil and these high-risk items. And I'm talking about edible oil, tomato paste, spaghetti, rice, and sugar. There is an existing directive that all these should be brought into the country through our seaports, not through our land ports. But what was missing was that it was limited to only importation into the country. The directive did not include transit goods. So when they get to the land ports, they say, oh, the goods are not meant for Ghana. They are going to these landlocked countries. And because the ban is limited to only goods coming into the country, they started using that route, and then they get to Ghana and dump the goods here.
But how did the team know that these 12 trucks were not going to Niger? Because you caught them on the Dowenya Road. What was the irregularity that suggested to you that they were actually meant to be sold in Ghana?
So according to customs, they got intelligence. And this wasn't the first consignment. Since, within this year alone, they have done multiple importation of such goods. And so they've been tracking. I even cited a letter that not the Commissioner of Customs, one of the officers wrote to the Aflao border not to allow those goods to come in. So it is something that has been happening, and they have been monitoring them for a while.
We are told that the goods were moving without the mandatory customs human escort in violation of established transit procedures. My question is, if customs is the person who has intelligence that something is happening, and they themselves, their people were not escorting the consignment, could some of the blame not also go to the customs people?
Of course. Of course, there are some bad nuts in customs who are aiding importers to defraud the nation. And so when the good ones realized this, they decided to act. So one of the questions that we wanted answers to was why the human escort. And you see, two officers had been booked in their system to escort those trucks. But when they were intercepted, none of them were with the trucks. So it was part of the questions that the minister wanted answers to. So we met these two officers who were on paper booked to be on the tracks. And, well, they were given all sorts of excuses. That is why the minister directed thorough investigation into the circumstances that led to this huge revenue.
Have any preliminary arrest or interdictions been made? Because clearly the Akanu border, which the goods came through, has let the nation down, and there are customs officers, scheduled officers who are supposed to ensure that such a thing does not happen. You've also alluded to a letter which directed the company to re-export the goods to Togo. Yet the consignment was subsequently permitted to exit through the Akanu border post. So clearly people at that border post have let the nation down. Are they still working this morning since you went there last Thursday? Have they been changed? Have they been arrested? What's the status of the customs officials at that border post?
The minister gave that to the Commissioner General to act immediately. I'm aware the report I got from Commissioner General as of last night indicates that they've started their internal processes to act, and we expect that by close of day today or tomorrow, some disciplinary action will take place. I mean, it is going to happen.
Well, I'm sure the public will be interested to know the specifics because this appears to be criminal issues. But in terms of the Akanu border itself, we are told that border was put up because it was to facilitate intra-country trade. It's more amenable to large consignments and cargo as against the Aflao border, which is more human traffic. So to have such a major 18 truck heist, are you going to just block the import of oil or other goods? Because it suggests that maybe there are other things being imported into the country to that border that we may not be getting revenue for. So what is the directive around the operations at Akanu generally, not just in respect of oil palm, cooking oil?
Yes, in fact, the directive goes beyond cooking oil. There are 5 items that have been noted to be commodities that are subject for this abuse, and they are rice, sugar, cooking oil, tomato paste, and spaghetti. So the directive covers all these. In addition to that, the minister gave additional directives that we should look at the operational activities at the Kano port and all other land ports to see how we will reform the area to seal off these leakages that are happening. In fact, it is huge. But if you look at this 85 million cedis in taxes that we almost lost, that amount of money could have paid for more than 1,500 newly trained teachers who are at home and are looking for clearance to be recruited. It would have been able to provide a lot of school buildings, a lot of roads. So it is huge. And you see, what is scary is that the indication we are getting is that it is not a one-off incident. And so we need to enhance our monitoring systems and see how we would. Yeah. We are going to go into another meeting with customs officials and the Commissioner General to see what additional measures we can put in place to seal this off. And interestingly, after this interception, we've had calls. In fact, on Friday, when we returned from Aflao, we met some traders in the office who came to tell us that they are so excited with this arrest, and this is what has been happening. And they are selling oil and all that, and these people come to undercut the prices. And so they are sure that for the next 3 weeks, they will be able to sell their products. So people bring the items in, they evade taxes, and they are able to sell cheaper. than what the law-abiding ones are selling. And so this is something that we are going to see through. I've read comments on social media, some people thinking, oh, this is going to be a 9-day wonder, nothing will happen. Those who are saying that, they don't know how to force it. Look, if we are able to seal this revenue leakage and get everybody to pay appropriate taxes, we may even have to reduce taxes for everybody. We may even have to reduce duty, because now the burden is on only the few law-abiding ones. And many people, with the aid of customs officials, are evading the payment of duty.
My couple of points. ICUM sent a statement. Initially when the report came, we were told there were 18 trucks, but 11 had been found and 6 were missing. The ICUM's press statement suggests that the 6 are not missing, and that because they had been ordered to go back to Tema, they went off their radar, and therefore the 6 have also been found. Now the 82 million you calculated is on the basis of the 12, which means that if you add the 6 that have been found, it means that the amount of money we would have lost is in excess of 100 million. Can you confirm if those 6 trucks are also in the custody of government?
Yes, I can confirm that. In fact, subsequent to my visit to Tema on Thursday, on the night of Thursday, I got information from customs that they had cited additional 3 of their trucks on the way somewhere around Joje. And then they found another one somewhere around Aflao. So, they have been able to get those subsequent to the interception of the trucks so 12 were intercepted. 1 attempted to elude them to run, and in the process, the items spilled over, and then they had to send another truck to reload the items. So as at the time I went to Tema, 11 of them had been brought to Tema. 1 was on the road somewhere because of that incident. And subsequent to that, in the night, additional 3 were found somewhere around Joje, and subsequently the other 3 had also been found. So,
all right. So if this
is
systemic as you suspect, and just one heist has led to 18 trucks, and we are talking close to 100 million, if not more, cedis, don't you think it would have been more prudent to keep this under wraps so you catch more people? Because as soon as you announce that you've arrested 18 trucks, the whole system is on red alert. So the criminals will stop. But if you want to solve a systemic problem, I'm just reflecting as a journalist, right? Don't you think it would have been better to say, look, let's see the full length of this thing and let's arrest all those involved? Because there may be more people involved in the chain who, because of this arrest, will then disappear.
Bernard, the customs officers who may be assisting these people will definitely know whatever customs is doing. So if you decide, you won't send the signal, you won't let the public know. In fact, I intentionally went with the media on Thursday when I was going there, because 1, we want them to stop. Your approach could have worked if we could effectively keep this operation out of the view of customs. Because, trust me, there is no way anybody can do this without the assistance of some customs officials. The undervaluation is done. It's a custom officer who will approve these values in the system. The clearing agent or importer can bring invoices and all that have been undervalued. That is why there is someone who goes through the process. There is another superior officer who approves it. And you have a reference price list. They have done this for a long time. They know all this. So they have reference price list, and they will be able to tell. And in fact, when we went there, they themselves told us that on the reference price list, this cooking oil is valued at $20.5. Then we asked, why then did you use $12 to calculate the taxes on it? And his explanation, my boss has been using $12. I also decided to use $12. Does this make sense? So what it means, I like you. So instead of 2.5, you pay 12. And Thomas, I don't like your voice, so you pay 20.5. Why should we give that discretion? Why? Nobody has given it to them, but why should they have that discretion to decide on what value they use for who and not for who? You see, so
we're having a bit of a challenge with the line. If you can reposition yourself, I have a couple of questions for you. If you are still on the line,
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Just wrap up the point. I have a couple more questions for you.
Okay, I think I'm done.
All right. So last 2 points. When should we expect names of people arrested, interdicted, or dismissed? Because clearly, what they are doing is a criminal activity. So when should you say you are investigating, but you've already caught people with 18. So at least we should hear some names. Some heads must roll. When should those identities be made public?
In fact, we
are having challenges with the line. Please forgive us, listeners. We're having challenges with the line. We wanted to get more confirmation around culpability and people involved, because this is a very serious issue. I also wanted to put a final question around unapproved border crossings, because if the approved border post can allow such a thing to happen, imagine what will happen with, and I have a list of unapproved border crossings here. Okay, so Mr. Ampim, yes, sorry, we lost you. You were talking about when you were going to announce the names.
Yes, I said that the finance minister gave directives to the Commissioner General to take these actions, interdict officers who we suspect are complicit in this, and start full-scale investigation.
All right. Look, we have to leave it here. We are having challenge. I'm sure it's in motion, so we can't get the full input. But we've heard him largely, so we'll have to leave it here. I was going to point out to him that I have a list of unapproved border crossings into Ghana. Mm-hmm. The Volta region has about 5. Ketekrachi Lake Crossing, Likpe Togo Ridge Path, Vli Jujoli Togo Trail, the Aplao Denu Lateral. The northern and northeast region has about 6. Bumpurugu Togo unofficial paths, Nangpanduri Escarpment, Chereponi Burkina Forest Trail, Tatali Forest Crossing. Bono Ahafo Western North has another 5. Sampa Outskirts, Dadeso Forest Crossing, Sweshuyosu Trail, and the Biso Ivory Coast Path. The Upper West region has another 4. Laura Eremon Path, Nandom Hamile, Bush Routes, Golu Zone, and the Wichao River Bank Crossing. And then the Upper East region has quite a number. We have the Widana Bush Paths, Paul Macomb Enclave, Nanga Burkina Path, Sapeliga area, Kulungugu Enclave, and Zabugu Magoni Belt. So I was going to put a question around if the official route is recording such activities. Of course, unofficial route will not have customs people, but people can bring in smaller consignments. Smuggling is a major issue in our country. So
if I may, Bernard, this I think that there's no revelation about how systemic this is. And listening to Sky talk about his reportage 20 years ago, we all remember the late former President Tamil's shedding tears when he went to customs and all. Even as early as last year, we were having conversations with rice farmers who were talking about alternative, cheaper imports finding their way into the country and undercutting prices, and a major disturbance for the market for them. For me, 2 things are important to me. You've hinted on one already. The finance minister, Dr. Forsen, in his post-budget interviews around July last year, even on this platform, he indicated some interventions they were going to do at the ports and all these borders. So this discovery is not surprising, it's expected. The expectation that would have come with this would have been names would have been updates of investigations, because he indicated last year that they were going to look into this and conduct some interventions. So the names, the update as to where they've reached with their investigations, collaboration with the Attorney General, because there's a need for arrests, there's the need for prosecutions. Beyond the disciplinary action that we are hearing with the customs itself, the head of the customs should be, sounding accountability to us.
The other issue. Somebody just sent a message. Kwesi Akwa says between Akanu and Owenya, where the people eventually caught, there are several customs checkpoints on the way. So they did not know, because I know that area very well. If you leave Akanu, you pass through Georgia, my hometown, there's a major route to Akachi. You will go through at least one customs checkpoint. By the time you get to the Owenya, you have passed through another 2. So how did the 12 trucks, in fact 18 trucks, all...
So as the minister himself said, and also his deputy just confirmed, there's what appears to be a certain collusion on the part of customs officials. And that's not new. We've talked about this thing being a problem from 20 years ago. So we expect to hear people being prosecuted, people being presented to the court.
So let's finish with the minister. We have him on a good line now. Minister, thank you so much, Deputy Minister, for your time. So you were updating us on what your boss had said about the investigation in answer to my question about when we will start knowing the identities of these criminals. So let's hear you, and then I'll ask my last question. Thank you.
Okay, so what I said was that the finance minister gave directives on Friday when we went to Akano and Aflao, and we were actually shocked at the responses that we were getting from the people. So he directed the Commissioner General to immediately start disciplinary action against these affected officers. And so immediately queries were given to them. For the information I got from Commissioner General is that they have issued queries to them on Friday, and they are to respond today, by close of day today. After that, the necessary action, including interdiction, will happen. In fact, this will happen. When we came back from Akano, the president was waiting to hear from us. So we drove straight to the president to give him feedback on our trip to the border post. And the president is so upset. There is no way anybody involved in this is going to be treated with kid gloves. We want to send a very strong signal that our customs officers have responsibility to ensure revenue, to protect our borders, and do all this. So they should not be complicit in these. Of course, there are good ones who assisted us in unearthing this. We want to reward good behaviors by customs officers and punish bad behaviors. That is the only way.
So I just want to understand that the internal process that the customs leadership is initiated is without prejudice to other things that maybe the Attorney General may do, because my understanding of what I'm reading suggests criminal conduct. So internal process is fine, but you don't have to exhaust those before you can trigger a full police investigation, which could even lead to arrest and criminal prosecution.
Of course, that is happening. We have initiated investigations into the process. But you see, they have internal laid down procedures. So it has to be followed. That is why all these, you have to give them fair hearing. You have to give them a query, let them respond, and on the basis of that, you will continue with. So the internal processes are independent of the full investigations that we are having.
Finally, I remember last year when we discussed rice, and Ghanaian companies had produced a lot of rice, they were saying that there was a lot of smuggled rice coming into Ghana through unapproved routes, evading tax and pushing down the price of imported rice, for which reason it was difficult for the local rice producers to be competitive. So now that you've banned the import through inland borders of cooking oil, would you also contemplate that for something like rice? Because the rice farmers will tell you that there's a lot of smuggled rice that enters Ghana that people don't pay taxes for.
Bernard, I already mentioned rice. I mentioned 5 items: rice, sugar, cooking oil, tomato paste, and spaghetti. So these are the the high-risk commodities that are being smuggled through our land borders. And so the directive covers these. And I also mentioned that we have extended the directive to include those items, these 5 items that are purportedly meant for our landlocked countries. So if you are importing those items for Burkina, Niger, and others, use our seaports. You cannot import them through Togo and decide to transport them via road through Ghana to any of these countries. If you want these to transit to other countries, use our seaports, use Tema, use Takoradi.
Great. Well, thank you for your work. Thank you for your time as well. Honorable Thomas Akwampem is the Deputy Minister for Finance and also the MP for Sojaman, and he's been speaking to us about this very troubling development. So from my calculation, if you add the 6 trucks, the amount of money would have lost over 100 million cedis. And
you calculate the amount of money we would have lost, or the money we have lost already?
We've already lost it.
No, we haven't. No, because they have impounded the goods.
Yes.
No, I'm making a point here. Is that the first time trucks have gone through?
Well, this is one we have found.
And that's what I'm saying. So we can imagine how much we have lost.
Oh yes, but I'm saying
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that at least you have. And from the way he's even talking, means that there's a lot more of this happening. Yes, of course, I was with him before you came in, so it's not as if you were.
Fair enough. No, but I mean, I think he's spoken well, and we're thankful. I think there's some good work that the finance ministry is doing. I still would have loved to hear an update of a certain investigation and what is happening. That notwithstanding. We hope that there's a collaboration with the Attorney General because beyond a disciplinary matter, which is internal to the customs, there's also some crimes against the state. So we would want to know the investigations and where they are going and who allegedly are responsible. That aside, there's a second matter that is of importance, and both ministers alluded to that. But which is the impact on markets, okay, on markets that are led by SMEs, okay, so it distorts their market. I would have expected to hear a certain medium to long term policy implementation about protecting these indigenous companies. So the indigenous companies that are producing oil, that are producing sugar, beyond the ban that is supposed to bring in or that allows these cheaper smuggled imports, what would have been the policy agenda to protect?
So the point he's saying is that land borders will no longer be used to bring in these 5 items: oil, tin tomatoes, sugar, spaghetti, and rice.
Yes.
So if you see a truck in any border community or inland, and they are bringing a product which is not coming through a seaport, you can even do a citizen's arrest. Let's talk to Farmer Anthony Morrison. I'll come to you, who is been complaining about. I remember during the period we're discussing rice in November, and when rice farmers said they had produced a lot of rice and people were not buying, the argument from his team was that because there was in fact it wasn't only him. I remember talking to
a number of them.
I spoke to Awuni, who said there was a lot of people smuggling rice. So the minister has mentioned about banning the land border, which means that the government sort of trusts the seaports more than the land ports. Farmer Morrison, I don't know if you listen to the minister. Are you satisfied with the point he makes about banning the inland or land border imports of rice, sugar, cooking oil, and spaghetti, which he revealed was involved in this aid? What's your comment on that as a farmer group?
Well, Bernard, good morning to yourself and your team and your cherished listeners. This is a welcoming news, and it's very troubling. You know, we've been talking about this for the past 2 years. The law clearly states it. Last year, we actually detailed with our team and our partners in the north all the major borders where we've been seeing every week truckloads of rice and oil coming into the country. And we kept talking about the fact that the foreign rice are not cheaper than the Ghana rice. But it's because of some of these miscreants who are doing the unapproved routes. And Bernard, neither of our borders, neighboring countries, produces rice as much as we do. So the fact that you even see rice coming through a border, for instance, if you look at Pungubu, that area, you will see massive trucks of rice coming in. And some of the things they do is that they for the retailing market, they give about 1,000 bags of rice and top it up with all for them. So the retailers are incentivized to buy the foreign rice, and I mean retail it to also the open market. We have data. In fact, I've sent it to you this morning. You can see from Upper East region, we have the Windana. They use the bush route. We have the Naga Burkina Pass. We have the Kulungu enclave, and we have the Zabzugu area. That is massive. If you look at the quantity of rice that are passing there, and that has also extended to Upper West region, Laura, Nandom, Gualu zone, and all that. The northern region alone, you can see the Nakmanduri, the Pungubu, and Tatale, and the Chimponi, all located around the Burkina enclave, you know. And the water region, of course, Aplau and Vili is another area that they are not looking at. And in the BA region, Sampa is a major transiting point. We have Dadiesu, Tefiriasu, and Gabisu. Those are the Ivory Coast enclaves. So Ghana, we are open to a lot of illicit trade. In fact, the data shows that what we even see coming from the unapproved routes is even more than what we get from the traditional routes like the Tema Harbour and maybe the Takrady Harbour. So this is a very good.
So what would you want to see? What would you want to see further beyond what has been announced to really clamp down on smuggling?
We propose to the national security and the team that they should give us an opportunity to be part of the team. Select 2 people for each of these border zones. So because our interest is at stake. This is where we've taken facilities from the banks. We've set up mills. We are unable to buy paddies from farmers, and those that we've bought and milled cannot be sold. As we speak, most of the paddies, the quality that we should have to be able to mill has reduced because of the storage, the way it's being stored. So now you have a lot of broken rice percentage, and this is not what the market wants. And you ideally so that the buffer stock, the Ghana Commodity Exchange, should be able to buy some of these 30% broken percentage rices, because some of them are almost 2 years that have been kept. So we want to be part of the team that are monitoring these borders. We will dedicate, because we have all our members across the country. And when our members are there, making sure that these illicit activities do not continue, we will build a better rice economy. We will build a better agribusiness system that is strengthening an economic transformation, because the cost, just you mentioned just 12 trucks, that is almost 100 and something million. Who knows how much Ghana has lost in terms of other ones that are passing other borders? And we're talking about over billions of cedis.
Thank you, Anthony Morrison. We appreciate your input. Time check is 8:53. Don't forget, later in the morning we'll bring you the first in the year of the EdTech Monday conversation, and today we're discussing the proposed EdTech strategy. I have a professor of computer science. I have the deputy executive head of Sendlos, and I also have an EdTech entrepreneur discussing this at 9:15. Here are some comments on the matter.
KB Bosus writing from Medina, he says revenue leakages at our ports and along our borders are enough to sustain our economy without going to the IMF or the World Bank. It is some of these custom officials who are in a sustained collaboration with these importers doing these illegalities. Do you remember Anas Arimeyal's episode released some time ago? New IT ICOM software trail systems and CISA systems must be put in place to check these officials in order to save this nation. Nee Daniel writes from New Legon. He says, Bernard, if heads don't roll, this will happen again. Punishment must be deterrent enough so that no one else tries it. Some people must end up up in prison. This country, we don't punish wrong at all. Before you know it, someone is calling an influential person to come and say something for them, intervene, you mean, right? So if Ghana could just keep 40% of the money that disappears into private pockets at the ports, we wouldn't even think about the IMF. But suspects will get arrested, then bailed, a judge will show up for 50 minutes on the first day, then the case gets pushed back 4 months. The next time it's been another 6 months. Eventually government changes and the whole thing just fizzles out. Nothing ever happens. Bernard, who was punished when President Mills went to cry at the ports in 2011? Money. Send that from West Legon.
More comments?
Bernard, in some other countries, a full-blown proof would be done into the financial accounts of these custom officers. Follow the money and more rot will be uncovered. Daniel sent that. Bernard, why do you think custom officers are excited when they are posted to the borders? Most are just lining their pockets. You suggest that those officers at the borders should be reshuffled every month. Familiarity.
Let me add 2 final comments from this before I take our first views on this. So here's Enyonam with a long one. I'm not surprised. The GRA system itself and its staff create lots of loopholes for advantage. One problem I have is lack of independent office to even send complaints and suspected offenses to without falling victim. I had a VAT suspicion and I followed up at Medina office years ago. I was then working in one of the assemblies. The frustration alone put me off. Later, the officer gave me out to my staff who was involved. Since then, I've tried to get the attention of a higher level in the GRA to point them to the loophole that should be blocked. Bernard, it's been 4 years without getting appropriate hearing. I've decided to give up after all. It's all of us our money. This is Enyonam, who's quite frustrated. Here's another one that's coming. On the matter of the diverted oil shipment ban for Niger, there are 6 critical questions the public deserves clarity on. 1, was the cargo properly insured and did the insurance cover diversion and any loss of custom duty? 2, who is legally liable for the diversion and understatement of duty? The shipper, the carrier, or a state agency? 3, has any insurance claim been filed? And if so, what compensation is Ghana expecting? 4, were the required customs controls and risk management procedures followed, or were there clear compliance failures? 5, are Ghana's insurance and export regulations robust enough to prevent this kind of incident? 6, what concrete steps are being taken to recover the lost revenue and ensure it does not happen again? This person sounds like a technocrat in the sector with very difficult questions that I cannot answer. Let me take some quick questions for you.
Did the ministry's press engagement tell us who owns the shipment?
No.
Why are they not interested in who owns the shipment?
Or why are they not telling us? Maybe
why are they not telling us who owns the shipment?
They say they are investigating.
There's nothing to investigate. Who owns the shipment? 12 trucks have diverted nearly 100 million. You are now investigating who owns the shipment.
The name should be out there.
What are they telling you?
The name should be out.
The thing has been shipped from somewhere. It was cleared. Who cleared it? So who's your friend's number? The technical question number 2. Read it for me.
The technical question number 2.
Read it.
He said, who is legally liable for the diversion and understatement of duty? The shipper, the carrier, or a state agency?
Who is the person? The first one.
So who is the shipper?
Who is the shipper?
I don't know.
I'll be interested in the deputy minister calling us back
to tell us the shipper's
who
name.
Is the shipper,
and then the carrier.
You can't do all the big press engagements you did to inform us about an upcoming investigation. You are going to transfer people. You are going
ongoing
to
investigation,
ongoing, whatever, without telling us who the shipper is, because that is the first information that you don't have to work hard to get. If you are not investigating who the shipper is,
no, I'm sure they know.
So tell us.
Yeah, the shipper's name must be out.
You see,
as should the carrier.
You see,
because the carrier is the logistics company.
So,
but no head is rolling.
That is where it's the same thing with Galamsey. Every time we go and catch some driver, some digger, somebody, then we label that person rather kingpin. That person rather is kingpin.
But they say some customs officials are being.
The customs official is not a kingpin. The customs official is in the chain. He has received 15,000, 20,000. I am looking for the person who has $1 million
to be able
to move that thing. He or she is the one we are looking for.
44,000 pieces of.
You see, we are never interested in solving those problems. Do you know why? I've always spoken to you about the power of the import lobby in this country and the power that import lobby holds over our politics. If we say we will close our eyes to the power of the import lobby, we will close our eyes to this problem.
So you want the name of the shipper?
The
person who owns the consignment.
That is the only way they convince us that they are actually interested in solving this problem.
Correct.
Next week, it will happen. In fact, today as we speak, it is happening. As you and I are on air.
Are you speaking by faith or by sight?
I'll ask you why. Do we? Why is the border closed? They are moving. They are going. They are working. It's going. So as for Mr. Forson's anger, I admire it. Maybe he's shocked. He's new to the field. He's shocked. But what you see, we are not shocked. Because I saw a headline says, "Ato Forson mad."
Chronicle.
Ato Forson, we are more than more.
You mean they are more?
That's a Chronicle. Ato Forson is mad. In quotes, not like Wabodam.
He vex.
He vex. Threatens fire and brimstone. Then he had better get a gun to the border himself. They are moving. Quick.
So who's the consignee?
No, all I'm saying is,
to know.
If they are interested in telling us that they're actually working, it is not the transfers of these customs officers who, you see, because the person who brings this is the person responsible for delivering it. And it is that person who has to make the payments. And it is that person who will have the biggest motive to evade tax or evade customs. Is that not so? Correct. So who is that person? The motivation of the corrupt customs officer is to make some money on the corner. You understand? But the biggest motivation is the person who has brought the things from one end, perhaps cleared it, has put it in 14 or 16 trucks, and is moving it without paying to another country to go and collect his money or her money from there. So I am simply saying, look, we are happy they've told us this, but we will be happier when they start mentioning the names of the people we expect to hear. And by that, I don't expect some mid-tier customs officer being punished. I am happy they will do that. But if we are actually interested in solving the problem, it is your technocrats number 2.
Question number
that
2.
is what we want.
If you're building big, Vaneado is ready to help build with you. From high-end apartments to office blocks, hotels to private homes, we are the trusted name for premium finishes at project-friendly prices. We supply luxury bathrooms, Cavallini kitchens, and tiles that combine international quality with unbeatable value. And the best part, Vaneado offers bulk deals, special project pricing, and tailored packages to suit every scale. Visit the Vaneado showroom on Ring Road opposite Laboni Junction, or call 055-000-0031 or 0244-380-293 to speak to our projects in Vaneado, powering bold projects. Caleb.
Yes, sir. When the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet. It's happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Litina 2-in-1 experience, uniting world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. Your Litina travel package includes visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flights, hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. So this is not just a trip, it's history in motion, it's football, it's opportunity. It's Litina Travels. Call us 0244-260-789 or 0302-934-565. Today, visit Litina at Alita Hotel North Ridge and secure your spot on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Litina Travels is your gateway to the 2026 Global Football Competition. And if you're looking looking for insurance that goes the extra mile, Hollard Insurance has something special for you this 2026, and you wouldn't want to miss out. Insure your car with Hollard and enjoy extra rewards. New customers get to drive away with free fuel vouchers when they sign up. Existing customers get exclusive gifts when they renew, plus 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone, so you're never stuck on the road. That's value you can trust. 0800 344 999 is the number to call. Visit any of our offices or speak to your broker today. Men's like a Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered.
All right, Piva Beverages are enjoying, or they are giving you the chance to enjoy 5 of their distinct flavors: the cocktail, the orange, the cola, and the grapefruit, and the tangy. Get in touch on 0550032231. Piva, a taste you will love. When we come back, we'll take you into EdTech Monday, which is on the strategy for EdTech this 2026 season. We have some very exciting conversations coming up. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Feel the energy and reconnect with your roots this March at the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2026.
Join us for a celebration of Ghanaian culture and cuisine from all across the country. Northern, Akan, and Southern villages will all be represented. It's more than just food. It's about culture, family, and memories that last a lifetime. Let's come together this March to discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 28th and 29th of March 2026. Venue is the 8th for Sutherland Children's Park. The time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day. Interested vendors can register by calling 0205-973-973. The Back to Your Village Food Festival is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
When factories rise, we protect them. When businesses grow, we guard their future. When families invest in what matters most, we secure their dreams. For over 60 years, SIC Insurance has been Ghana's shield, built on integrity, reliability, and care. From motor to fire, accidents to travel, marine and more. Whatever you value, insure it with confidence. Insure it with care. Insure it with SIC Insurance, because at the heart of every policy is a sacred promise to care, to deliver, to be there when it matters most. Call 0800 100 055 or talk to a broker or licensed agent today. SIC Insurance. Our promises are sacred.
Ramadan Kareem, a season of peace, blessings, and giving. Electroland Ghana Limited is bringing blessings into your home with special value deals on Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO. NASCO TVs from just $699, bottom fridge freezer from $1999, chest freezer from $1999, Samsung 6 kg twin tab washing machine for 2,999 Ghana cedis, Samsung microwaves from 1,799 Ghana cedis, TCL 43 inches for 2,999 Ghana cedis, TCL water dispenser for 1,599 499 Ghana cedis. TCL front load inverter for 5,999 Ghana cedis. Media air cooler for 1,499 Ghana cedis. Air fryer, juicer, stand mixer, and blender at all special Ramadan prices. Visit EGL showrooms and authorized dealers nationwide. Call us on 0503 159739 and on our website at www.electrolandgh.com. Electroland Ghana, bringing Ramadan value home.
The Ghana Exim Bank is 10 years old. Hooray! And to commemorate this milestone, the Ghana Exim Bank is hosting a 2-day international conference on the theme, A Decade of Enabling Export Trade and Industrial Transformation, Resetting Gexim for the Next Frontier. The event takes place on the 25th to 26th of March at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, 8 a.m. each day. President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will perform the official opening of the conference. Special guest and speaker, Honorable Elizabeth Ofosue-Jari, Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Conference host is Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank. For inquiries, call 0208-541-480 or visit eximbankghana.com/conference to register. Media partners, Daily Graphic, Media General, The Multimedia Group, Citi FM, Radio Gold and Channel 1 TV. And knowledge partners include IFC and SME Finance Forum.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident, drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, plan your cover.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. This is the Citi Breakfast Show.
All right, so time check is 12 minutes past the hour of 9. So this morning we're talking EdTech, and we'll be chatting to friends from the three key stakeholder agencies involved in this. Mastercard Foundation, of course, being the sponsor, Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology being our partner, and we've been speaking to a professor of computer science who led the effort in crafting this strategy. We also spoke to our friends from the government side, Sendlos, and a tech entrepreneur, on what this EdTech strategy is all about and what it will mean for parents in how they manage technology for their children in education. Welcome to EdTech Monday. This is your platform where minds meet to discuss the use of technology. Welcome to EdTech Monday. This is your platform where minds meet to discuss the use of technology in education. It's brought to you by the MasterCard Foundation in part of the Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology. And it's on Channel 1 Television and 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Bernard Avle. Thank you so much for joining us. The government is thinking of an EdTech strategy. It's really a policy that we want to put in place with various building blocks. I have a panel today to help us assess it in terms of how far it's come and also find out from parents whether it's compliant to your own reality. We have a very exciting panel. When we come back, we'll tell you who they are. Stay with us. Welcome back. So today on EdTech Monday, we're delving into Ghana's draft EdTech strategy. So how far has the journey been in putting this together? What are the various building blocks? And what will this strategy do to help our young ones become globally competitive? I have a very exciting panel. I have Larry Agbado. He is the Deputy Executive Director of SendLoss. Larry, good to have you again.
Good to have you, Bernard, also.
Amazing stuff. Professor Kofi Sapong Edumenu is an Associate Professor of Computer Science, University of Ghana. Prof, great to have you.
Great to have you too.
Amazing. And we are happy to also be joined by the COO of Chalkboard Education, Genevieve Simiyu. Hello, Genevieve.
Hello, Bernard. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here.
Great to have you. So I always want people to know who you guys are before they have to hear what you want to say. So Larry, in a minute or two, what is SendLoss and what do you do there?
All right, so Bernard, thanks very much. So SendLoss basically stands for Center for National Distance Learning and Open Schooling, an agency under the Ministry of Education responsible for seeing to the integration of ICT into our education system. We also handle issues around distance learning and then open schooling. So basically that is about SendLoss.
One of the main arrowheads in government's EdTech implementation.
We are actually the main body responsible.
So you will use the strategy?
The strategy actually falls under our office.
Well, it has to be well drafted so that you can be useful to you. So we'll ask him whether he's done it well. Prof, tell me who you are and what you do.
All right, thank you very much. I'm Kofi Sapong Edumenu with the University of Ghana, Computer Science Department.
Nice.
So I teach mainly artificial intelligence and also data structures and how computer systems must work. I also consult for the World Bank. So it was through the bank's intervention that this EdTech strategy was put in place with other agencies that supported
And how long have you been working on this strategy?
For the past 2 years.
Whoa.
Yeah,
all right.
for the past 2 years.
I learned somewhere that these days knowledge changes every 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So, you know, the
Hopefully
way...
you don't have just a half of a year of the strategies.
We just have a half year.
We'll see. Genevieve, who is Chalkboard Education and what does Genevieve do there?
So Chalkboard Education is an EdTech platform that allows you to learn anything, anywhere, regardless of your internet connection. We're a company started here in Ghana, but we've spread across to 13 countries across Africa, including a few countries in South America. And we've been working primarily with teachers to improve their understanding of technology and make sure they're able to support learners in the classroom.
Wonderful. We want to urge parents to pay attention to this edition because we're trying to test the strategy in terms of how workable it is. And I'm on this show as a parent, not a journalist. So I'll be asking a lot of very basic questions. But we want to ask Prof to sort of walk us through the key highlights of the strategy. And for that, I think you should go to the screen and just let's walk me through. So what are the key issues on the in terms of this strategy? What are you trying to do with the strategy?
Right. So let me give a background before we go into the issue. So, you know, many years back, government has decided to deploy a lot of technology in our classrooms.
Yes.
But most of these technologies are they are built in silos. So they don't talk to each other. They do things differently. But the goal is one. We want to make sure our young people can be driven by tech and they can use it because in the modern parlance, that is where we are. And we need to make sure they are compliant. Hence, we need to understand whether Ghana indeed is ready with all these technology stuff. So the World Bank did a study on what we call the EdTech Readiness Index to see whether ETRI, whether Ghana is really ready to even begin with this EdTech and other things. So within the ETRI, were to look at a comprehensive global tool, which will evaluate all the countries which Ghana was part.
Good.
And we're measuring different enabling factors. So what really are the factors that makes EdTech? So technical infrastructure, the human part, and also capacity. Wanted to make sure whether Ghana is ready in all these things. And then how we can monitor at the country level Ghana's progress to see where we are. And of course, we use this to inform policy. So let's see interesting things that came out of this.
Wonderful.
So we focus on 5 or 6 major areas: school management, teachers, students, devices, connectivity, and digital resources. You know, when you want to bring EdTech and school management is not in favor, forget about it. They will keep these devices in their offices locked up and then nothing happens. So teachers, school management play key role when it comes to whatever we do with technology. Students, yes, are very important because they are the user side. They use all these things. So we want to see whether they have support at school, at home, other places, because EdTech is a continuous process. We do not just go into it and then you do at school and then you come home, there are no devices to deal with it. Devices very important, but EdTech without devices,
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
And then there's connectivity.
Connectivity, because Ghana's internet penetration rate itself is low, around 60-70%. We are heading towards 80, but we are still not getting what we are looking for. So connectivity was crucial for us to understand where we are, for students to assess it, the quality of service we want, and also the resources. All these can be in place. If we do not have the required resources, then we do not have EdTech. So
Wow.
these were the things that we have to look at within the framework, to look at policies, look at practices.
So the resources will be the content.
The content. So how we're able to get the right access to content, the right content for the delivery of all these things we are looking at. So
Makes sense so
that's
far.
what we have put together. Then let's move on. So to be able to see Ghana's readiness, these were the indicators.
Wonderful.
So after all the evaluation, if Ghana falls within 4 to 5 in all of the components, then
We are good.
We are good.
3 to 4.
We have to know we are under caution.
1.
When we go to 1 to 3, then we need improvement.
We are in serious trouble.
Look at what happened in the Ghana situation.
Okay.
Let's see. We are almost red everywhere.
We are red everywhere.
Yes. Let's see. Go down. Go up.
This is serious.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move to the next one.
So you
school
see,
management.
We are
red. No, we are yellow.
Yellow. Caution. It means that they are interested, but because of some indicators of how the bosses above them, treat. So we have one student, one laptop.
Sorry, go back. I want to just understand the 3 areas again. So
the 3
red
areas,
means you need improvement.
We need improvement.
3 means yellow means you are
caution. So we are there, but
green is good.
Good.
Okay, so
that's what we are.
So there's no green.
No, there's no green.
So we are not good
Ghana's
anywhere.
situation, no, we are not good anywhere.
And we are red plenty.
Red plenty because we attempt to do devices, but the devices get to the schools and they are not utilized.
So devices need improvement. Connectivity needs improvement.
Serious improvement, red.
Resources need improvement.
Yes, students, we are both caution and red because we have a lot of disparity.
Correct.
We only consider on some few schools. Teachers also, we have that kind of disparity. School management, they've done well there because we carry them along all the time, and that is where we are. So
it seems to me as if this will be a very important driver of the improvement.
All of them.
Here. So at least we are heartened that this is yellow.
This is yellow,
it's not red.
at least, and we are moving somewhere.
Very
Teachers
good.
red, yellow because some teachers still fail to hold mouse today.
Yes.
They are still afraid.
They still draw it on the screen.
That's the whole thing.
Let's keep moving.
And then we move. So let's see. So because of this, look at where we are. So while we are red on practices, 2.7 availability, student access 1.49. So most of the students do not have devices. One policy eating us up is the secondary school level policy where you can't send devices to school. So surely it will be red. And then quality, we are still red because most of the principals are saying that bandwidth is not sufficient.
Not enough data.
Yeah, we don't have enough of these. Under policies, you can see we are scoring 2.5 for planning. Like I said, we do silos. So we are not really integrating things. And the monitoring, we have 2.5. We can send the EdTech in there, but we don't even monitor. So in no time, devices are worn out, things are not helping.
Something here I wanted you to comment on.
Yeah.
In terms of policies, no clear strategies, monitoring mechanisms or support systems exist. It's a big issue, right?
Exactly, and that is why we are going with we initiated the EdTech strategy.
Thank you.
So we didn't have any out of the readiness. We saw that we're out. So then there was a need to put together a strategy document to guide the way Ghana will move within the EdTech space.
Wonderful.
Yep.
So let's move on.
So then we want to also bring to your attention that Ghana has an ICT in education policy.
So there's a policy there.
There's a policy.
Beautiful.
So that's the latest version is 2015. Attempt has been made to review it in 2024. I'm saying attempt because it's still in limbo. So now we only make reference to the 2015 document because that one is there. It has been approved and it's working.
So usually when you talk about policy, it's like what sits at the top.
At the top.
This is the government's vision.
The government vision.
Strategy
then,
is how you want to get there.
How you want to get there. That is what happens.
So there's a policy framework.
A policy framework.
Out of which you are now deriving a
strategy and where we want to go.
And there were 8 policy areas.
Eight pillars. So
management and administration of education.
And that's why we are doing well there. We are yellow because government was mindful to ensure that management and administration of the education system itself is catered for.
Then infrastructure, maintenance
connectivity, e-readiness, and equitable access. It's something that we are looking for to ensure we bridge. Then curriculum design, instructional delivery and assessment, inclusive ICTs for learners and educators with special educational needs,
correct,
capacity building and professional development, emerging tech and adaptability, industrial collaboration, partnership and financing, and then cyber security and digital safety.
So these are the 8 policy areas.
8 policy areas. So out of this, then we derived the strategy
for each of the 8.
For each of the 8.
Amazing.
Hence, we even went beyond because some of them were big. We have to split them so we can have specific activities.
But this gives us a sense of how to think about it.
Exactly.
All right, let's move to the next one.
So that brought us to think of what we want to put into the EdTech strategy.
So you call it a digitally inclusive and resilient educational system in Ghana that enhances learning, teaching, and management through accessible, relevant, and sustainable EdTech. This is quite neat.
Exactly.
I like
then that led us to have a mission where we want to guide the integration of digital technology into Ghana's educational system by strengthening foundational systems, which is very important because you saw teachers half red, half yellow. Students half red, half yellow. So we need to strengthen foundational systems, expand equitable access, empower educators and learners, and then promote innovation within our sector. So we need a strategy that can help us to achieve this mission.
I'm with you so far. I think the vision is clear. The mission is also, it makes sense. So let's go on.
Good. So what are the strategic objectives? We want to establish clear roles and policies and structures to lead the implementation, expand ICT infrastructure, support creation of localized content. So government has in mind we have to have curriculum design, but we need to make sure it's localized, train teachers, administrators, learners to have improved digital literacy, use data systems to track EdTech, protect the learner. Very important. Once you put them online, you go expose them to tech, then you have to think of protection.
Particularly because they are young. So I would circle this as a key point for me as a parent.
Yep.
Protecting learners and school data is very critical for me as a parent. Yes.
So you can promote also responsible digital citizenship because now we are moving into a digital paradigm.
Yes.
We expect us to live in a certain code when we are also online.
Yes.
We cannot be seen as going beyond what is expected. Then we ensure all learners are part. So we are not taking anybody out. So disability, those in remote areas, everybody can have access.
So these are your strategic objectives. They are 8.
Yes.
Because of course your policy objectives were 8.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next one.
Good. So now, out of that, then we give it to the 13 thematic pillars of the strategy.
You are behaving like a computer scientist, right? So you are sort of deriving,
of course,
and your root issues.
Yeah,
very interesting. So governance, management and admin, infrastructure and connectivity, localized content creation, capacity building. Are these in order of importance, or is just 13?
Well, it's just 13.
It's just 13. Okay,
so we didn't order them in. But of course, if you look at it, it forms that intent because governance is crucial.
Yeah.
And the
everything starts with that.
Everything starts from there.
And the management sort of takes over.
It takes over. Infrastructure comes in.
Block.
So local content. So inherently,
it's like the base.
It's the base.
Then you build on that curriculum, ICT, inclusivity and accessibility, AI and emerging tech,
cyber security, data safety. You look at data management, how we protect, how we monitor, and then how we do the experiential learning.
This makes a lot of sense. So it's like you start from here and end here. Because at the end of the day, you want learning and innovation to thrive.
Yeah.
But it starts from the infrastructure, the governance.
Then we are leading down. So this is where we are with the strategy.
So parents, we have 13 thematic areas for the strategy. And I think it makes sense. At least for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Larry and Genevieve what they think. Is this your last? There's one
Yeah,
more.
no, I think that's it.
Beautiful.
Sure,
Thank
for
you.
now. Sure.
So I think, look, you've given us enough for us to think about. EdTech Monday took us back to the classroom.
Yeah.
And Prof. Edumenu, thank you so much. I'll just take first-time thoughts from Larry and Genevieve on what we've seen before I even get into the details. Larry, what do you make of what we've seen so far?
Oh, this is actually a very great one. It covers almost every aspect of our education system. If you look at the 13 pillars, from governance to management and administration, to even AI and emerging technology, which is now the norm of the day. So it's actually covering every aspect of our education system.
Genevieve, I don't know if you remember the 13. We'll put it on the screen. What did you make of what Prof said? And are you excited or worried with what you've heard so far?
I'll start with, I'm very excited. I really like what I've seen on the screen so far. I think it's a very well thought out policy as well, just because of the 13 pillars and the research that has gone into coming up with this policy. I know it was not any light work for anyone. So I think it's a very good document, and I'm really happy that it's coming to the public so that we can all see and collaborate and work together to make sure it becomes something we can use to regulate our work in EdTech.
Wonderful. I think from what I saw, governance was at the base, school management, infrastructure. Those seem to be the big ticket items. Can you explain why those are important? And I'll ask Larry to comment on whether you agree as well, that those seem to be where everything starts from, right?
Everything starts from governance and the management administration, because government has made effort to send devices to some selected schools, and also has sent some kind of programs to some schools to implement. But Ben, I really believe that you go to some of these schools and these devices are locked up in offices where they're saying that, oh, well, we have not been permitted to use these devices. But remember, devices have timelines. They can become obsolete. So then, before we see, government has, the program is just gone, devices unused, and then we need to go and reinvest. So if the top is not well motivated to implement whatever government seeks to put across, then we'll be out. Aside this problem, another important problem that we have identified why we think governance is very important is when the schools are given these resources, they still wait on government to maintain the resources. So then there is no plan. Okay, there's no sustainability plan, let me put it that way, to make sure that the devices that has been brought or the resource that has been brought are maintained for future generations. And it's like, oh, well, government bodies is not sufficient, so we are still waiting for it, or we don't have money to maintain it, so iBoxes will be damaged and then they can't maintain it, laptops will be damaged and they can't maintain it, waiting for government to come back again to maintain this. So governance issues and management are very critical if we want EdTech to really succeed.
Larry, what are your thoughts around the arrangement of the 13 priorities, and which of the priorities speak to you the most?
For me, sitting at where I am currently, I think governance is the top priority for me, because everything trickles down from there. As you said earlier on, that's the base. And if you even look at the strategy, it makes room for some level of leadership where we are going to have a national steering committee, a technical working group. So imagine if this strategy had been implemented earlier. The challenges we are currently having with the one student, one tablet. Recently, I'm sure you heard the minister complain that the students are using the tablets
to do other things.
Very good. So when this strategy is actually implemented faithfully and then inclusively, I think it will go a long way to address some of these challenges.
Jennifer, I don't know if you're able to take a screen grab of the 13. I don't remember all, or if they can put it up again, because I wanted you to tell me which one or two of them speaks to you the most, because of course you are an EdTech entrepreneur. You have a solution that you bring to support learning. So I don't know which of the 13 you remember and which of them you think are quite important.
I actually have three. So the school management, I think it's very important to work with the schools to ensure that we're working together so they do not feel like we are coming into their space and overlooking their policies and their practices as an institution. Another pillar that I really appreciate is the data and the data governance, mostly because as EdTech, we also are collecting data. So we need to know how the learners are learning, what they're learning, long it takes for them to learn. So the time on task and all that information. And that needs to be regulated. It needs to be something that we can easily access, but also not at the detriment of the learner. So of course, looking at the anonymized data, making sure that's made available to entrepreneurs so we can build something that is relevant for the learners instead of building something that the learners will struggle with. And lastly, I really appreciate the cybersecurity aspect of things, mostly because we are now bringing these devices to our learners and we know all the dangers that exist on the internet. So having that in place would make sure that our learners are protected and might not fall prey to any of the challenges that exist online.
Thank you, Genevieve. This is EdTech Monday, and it's coming to you on 97.3 Citi FM and also on Channel 1 Television. And the question is simple. Will your child be left behind as Ghana drafts its EdTech strategy? My guest, Professor Kofi Sapong Edumenu, who's a lead consultant working with the Department of Computer Science to develop this strategy. Larry Agbado is the Deputy Executive Director of the SENDLOS. They are the main arrowhead for government when it comes to delivering EdTech. And of course, Genevieve Simuyu, the COO of Chalkboard Education. They are solution providers within the EdTech space. When we come back, we have a big question. Strategy doesn't implement itself. So how do we move from great strategy to great implementation? And how do we involve parents, teachers, and other stakeholders to own the strategy and make sure it works? Stay with us. This is still EdTech Monday, coming to you on Channel 1 Television and on 97.3 Citi FM. It's brought to you by MasterCard Foundation with support from the Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology, and it's on 97.3 Citi FM and of course Channel 1. My name is Bernard Avile. My guests tonight are Professor Kofi Sapong Edumenu. Tonight, if you're watching us on television, today if you are listening to us on radio, Larry Agbado is the Deputy ED of the SENDLOS, which is the Center for National Distance Learning and Open Schooling. And Genevieve Simiyu is the COO of Chalkboard Education. Guests, thank you so much for staying with us. We've learned a lot of things. I just want to go through the 13, you call them thematic pillars: governance, management and admin, infrastructure and connectivity, localized content creation, capacity building, curriculum and ICT integration, inclusivity and accessibility, AI and emerging trends, cybersecurity and digital safety, data management and reporting, and the last three, data protection, M&E, and of course, experiential learning and innovation. Prof, is this strategy done as we speak?
Yes, as we speak, the strategy is done. We held the very last stakeholder engagement latter part of last year. So it's now ready for the minister to review and then assent to it. And then it becomes a working document. So
for every strategy, there's an owner.
There's an owner.
Who drives it? Who's the owner of the strategy?
So the one who, at World Bank and then MasterCard Foundation with EdTech Hub. Of course, SENDLOS is the key ministry. I mean, the agency lead of it. They are there. So the bank, MasterCard, and then EdTech Hub. They are the.
I thought you said the Ministry of Education. What do you think?
So the Ministry of Education.
When I say
are the
owner,
owners.
I'm not saying who paid for it.
Okay. So
what I'm saying is, who has the agency to run with it?
Ministry of Education.
Correct.
Yeah, that's why we need the minister to assent to it. Then SENDLOS begins to work with it.
Is that the same understanding you have?
Yeah. So basically the same. World Bank, MasterCard Foundation, and other key partners, including West Africa, have been very instrumental in supporting us in developing this strategy, and we appreciate them so much. But at the end of it all, the strategy is going to lie right in front of us as SENDLOS to now take to work with. We've also been involved in the process of developing it together with the consultant here, Prof. Menu. As he said, very soon it will get to the desk of the minister where he will have a final review of it before he assents his signature to it. And once that is done, then the next phase we are going to look at, which is the most critical phase, has to do with the implementation. Once we get it wrong from that stage, then it means the whole essence of developing the strategy was not worth it. But I think with the efforts that we are putting in, together with the support of our key partners, the World Bank, MasterCard Foundation, and MERS Africa and others, I think we are very particular about the implementation also. Within this period, we've been having the Africa EdTech Policy Academy, and the implementation has been one of the key focus that we have been looking at. Other African countries have gone ahead of us. Some African countries already having the strategy. They are currently on implementation. If you listen to the success stories of some of these countries, you realize that it's actually helping the education system. And the best we can also do is to learn from some of these success stories and see
so
how...
Let me understand you. The strategy is there.
Yep.
You are the main implementer.
Yes.
Do you have an implementation plan?
So until the strategy is finally approved, the next phase is the implementation plan. We've not gotten there yet, but we are working ahead to get a plan ready before even the strategy is approved.
Genevieve, do you see a role for your institution and similar ones in all of this? If you do, can you explain what role you will be playing in this?
Yes, I do. So once this policy is approved, of course, there would need to be implementation partners. And that is where the likes of myself and my colleagues in different organizations would come in. We'd be able to work with the ministry to make sure that we are implementing the use of EdTech or education technology in different classrooms, or even at the ministry themselves when they use the technology according to the policy. So I believe that there's a lot of opportunities that this would open for myself and other practitioners.
I do not see a direct role for parents, but I'm sure it's hidden there somewhere. So you probably need to explain it to me. As a parent, I've seen big numbers, governance, this, that. I didn't see parental responsibility or anything. So is it that I'm misinterpreting this, or what's going on there?
Well, so they are inherent. For example, when it comes to the safety and then the security bit, we need parental guidance and parental control, as well as teachers as well. So when they are in school, management and teachers take care of them. When they are home, parental guidance are in there. You know, earlier I said that it's a pipeline. We cannot think about EdTech only in schools. We will fail. So we need to think about it as a holistic approach. So from home to school, back to home, so that parents are a big leap into this. So when we'll fashion out that one clearly in the implementation plan, because that is where we'll see the role of parents when the various actions and strategies, actions and objectives needs to be crafted. Then we can see who is doing what at what point in time. So at this phase, it is at the, let me say, a bit high level. So parents are in there, but until you go into it, you may not see their role, but they have a very crucial role in all these things.
I'm pushing this angle because this week we are discussing in the UK, some people suing a social media company for what they consider to be like addiction based on the way the social media system is built. And this person is a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of concern around responsible use of digital tools.
Yeah.
And also, children spend a lot of time in school, but they are supposed to be nurtured at home.
Yeah.
So I would love to see an explicit role. And I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't read the whole strategy, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I'm not sure what punishment there is if I don't do it.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying?
So
it's very, I'm a responsible parent. I don't want my kids to go
at a strategy level,
you need to tell me something
you will
more
not
serious.
see all these things, but at the implementation level, you will see them. Because what do I need to do? If I don't do it, what is there for me? That is the implementation.
But I need to know what the strategy says about responsible use of tools.
Okay.
So that I'll have a certain rubric for implementing it.
Okay.
I think that must be part of my strategy.
The responsible use of the tools are enshrined at the digital safety part, where we want to see what we need to do. So one, we are saying that the agencies who are going to deploy these tools to the schools, for example, when you look at the genocide send laws, an agency like the National Teaching Council, an agency like
Education Service.
Yeah, GS. NACA, they send these things directly to the schools. So then we put the burden of proof on them. So when they are sending these tools there, they have to be responsible for the safety of these devices. But when it has gotten in there, now implementation comes in. That's where the governance and every other person comes in there. Parents, teachers, and then PTA will come in, and then the management will also come in to ensure that when this device is handed to the child, for example, the parental controls must be set. The issue we are having with the one laptop is because these tools, when was sent there, what it was supposed to do was that teachers set all the parental controls, all the controls on the device before the student use it. It's even being monitored from a station in Accra here. So even if you go to places which are not supposed to go, we're able to see it to block you. But these things were not finalized, and then the devices got into the hands of the students. Hence, you can imagine what can happen. They can go to any other site and do whatever they have to do. So all these roles have been defined at a very high level.
Is there a plan for training teachers in being digitally literate? Because it seems to me as though the teachers or educators will be very central in this type of strategy.
Yep.
Is there a clear plan? Let me take other views on this. Is there a clear, okay, I'll start with, is there a clear plan for this?
There is a clear plan. So capacity building in itself comes with a very basic level. So we took it for granted that everybody who is holding a digital device has knowledge of its usage. But that is not true. People hold devices in their hands, but their comfort is only the part that they are interested in. Outside that, nothing else is of use to them. So then we need to train individuals, teachers, on how to really set these securities on devices, because they don't know how to do it.
Larry and then Genevieve, do we know or have we done an assessment of our teachers to know the skills gaps? If you took 100 teachers in Ghana, is there a ranking of their ICT readiness or something? Is there a way of knowing what the gap is? Because you can't train somebody for something you don't know that they don't have.
Yeah, so there's actually a huge gap in that area. In the past few years, the National Teaching Council, together with SENDLOS, with the support of Mastercard Foundation, have trained quite a number of teachers in digital literacy. We have over 400 teachers, even under the government payroll, but with that, we're able to train about just 70,000 or so. So there's still a huge gap to fill when it comes to the training. Aside that also, in one of our recent stakeholder engagements on the strategy, we also identified some other gaps with the pre-service teachers, that is those who are even in school, in the colleges of education, in the universities. That why do we also wait for them to come out before we now find ways of training them in these areas? Why don't we start the training right from their training institutions? Then they have the knowledge on handling these devices, on how to take learners through them before they even come out of their various training institutions. Right. So it's actually something we are trying to find solutions to, not just for the in-service, but even those who are currently under training. There's a huge gap there as well that if we don't fill now, in some years to come, they're the same people who will come out. But I think also, just as you mentioned earlier, with regards to the parents, just as Prof mentioned, when we go into the implementation plan, under that we also have some communication strategies that we are developing, which is going to help us work closely with parents and even communities. Because when we talk about the implementation, it also has to do with infrastructure. Now this infrastructure has to do with devices, has to do with even power. One key element of this strategy is equity. That every learner, irrespective of their geographical area, should be catered for. You go to a school probably in Bongo, and that school has no source of power. So all those things also have to be catered for. Devices, power, connectivity, internet. And all this will involve working closely with stakeholders. If you're going to put up an ICT lab in a community that will serve learners or kids there, you have to work with parents, you have to work with the community leaders to make sure that even that ICT lab that is going to be put up there will serve its purpose and will not be used for something else.
Genevieve, you can tell I'm very worried about safety for kids and also skills gaps for teachers. Can you provide me any comfort with what you know?
Yes, I can. So I'd like to just add on what the gentlemen have said, that the NTC has done a lot of work to include ICT into their curriculum, even for the pre-service teaching. One of the bottlenecks that we're now seeing is that because, as Bernard mentioned, technology is evolving so quickly. So within the space of 3 months, 6 months, up to a year, things will have changed. So even with us as EdTech practitioners, whenever we're bringing in our applications to the classrooms, the teachers have not interacted with this particular application before. So they're familiar with a few of the apps they've been exposed to, but not really the ones that we're bringing into the classroom right now. So what we need to focus on there is, I know MEST is working very hard on this, and the Ministry of Education as well, in making sure that the EdTech practitioners are aligning themselves to what their ministry needs, working within the education strategic plan to make sure that they're covering all their bases. So for the teachers, for the learners, making sure the curriculum is something that we're also working on as EdTech practitioners. When it comes to the safety and the devices, that has always been a very big question that parents are asking. And one of the assumptions, as Prof mentioned, was that most people know how to use these devices, but some people don't know how to, switch it to children's mode or child mode. And leaving it to one teacher who's handling maybe 40 devices would be quite unfair. So one of the ways to make sure that this policy is successful is to engage the parents and bring it to their level and make sure that we're sensitizing them as much as possible in as much as we're working with the teachers. So for instance, we can get access to the teachers through our application and our training programs, but we would not be able to access the parents, and they would probably be accessed at community sports. So for instance, either the church or the mosques, an NGO somewhere will be able to do an outreach training for them so that they're able to know how to use these devices with their children. The children are also very, very using the devices. The way the devices are made are very intuitive. And as someone mentioned, the social media suit that's going on, it's done in a way that just encourages you to keep using the device or keep using the application. So children are able to quickly, navigate the applications without much training. You don't need to tell a 1-year-old where to click. The buttons will speak to them on their own. So you need to be able to tell parents that this is what is going on the device and make sure that they're able to understand how to limit the access to certain platforms for their children.
Thank you, Genevieve. Prof, some teachers worry that technology might increase their workload. How can EdTech actually make teaching easier?
All right, so technology comes to rather make our work more easier. It releases most of the stress that we have on ourselves, especially if we know how to use it. Remember, one of the things that people don't want is change. So in itself, they know they don't want to switch to these platforms because they feel they are born before computers or they are born before AI. So then they don't want to go into this new terrain. But when you have this digital knowledge, lesson plans becomes very easy to craft. For example, if you have to write all your lesson plans, it will take you hours to do. Today, you can use technology to create them. So then you have time enough to, care for the young person who has been brought to you. Many things do happen in our classroom because teachers do not have much time. So when we bring in this technology, it integrates with them to do the learning. What we are doing now is integrating technology even in our discussion here. So we can integrate it. There are some lessons that we can easily engage the learners to discuss it whilst the teachers supervises all these things because they have the tools, they have the resources in the classroom to be engaging with it. So teachers must not be afraid. The challenge is because they have not been trained adequately. But when you have been prepared very well, and then you know how to use the tool along your classroom work, then it helps you. Right. But the change management process is one of the big deals we'll be tackling in the implementation plan. But that is where the whole thing starts from. People don't want to change from their usual ways of doing work to this one, and hence they feel that when you bring the technology, it takes their work from there, and then what will they be doing? But the technology cannot do anything itself unless you, the human agency, drives it.
Wonderful.
On whatever you want to do. So it's going to rather make our work more softer and easier.
Larry, how do you suppose this roadmap will change the way children learn at home?
Okay, I think this is actually going to change the face of not just learning but teaching also. And with learners learning at home, then it also comes back to the parents. And that is why I said in the implementation plan, we have a very special space on how we are going to have further stakeholder engagement, particularly with parents, how we can reach out to parents. Because once they leave the walls of the school and they get home, whatever the learners, whatever devices they are playing with or using to learn, They are now in the hands of the parents. Parents are supposed to monitor what these learners are using the devices to learn or watch, be it on a tablet or phone or laptop. So it's actually going to change the whole EdTech strategy. It's actually going to change the face of learning and teaching as a whole. And I feel that the key area there is also reaching learners in deprived areas. How we can reach them. And the strategy talks about even going far of developing content that can be kept on offline platforms. So if you go to a place like Chinderi, where probably there's a challenge with network, these offline platforms can help learners there also get access to the same quality materials that someone probably in Kumasi or Accra has access to.
Genevieve, let's talk finally about partnerships. I know you've built partnerships with governments and global organizations, right? What kind of partnerships would make a national EdTech strategy sustainable?
Right. So the partnerships would need to be very strategic. We need to move away from the project-based approach, which normally, once a project is complete and there's no sustainability plan, then the project would come to an end and everything we've done has gone away. So what I'd recommend and what we've done in practice is that a lot of research goes into the work that we do. So whatever we're working on, it's research-based, and then we focus on the evidence that comes out of that research, and we're able to share that with different partners so that they can come in and work together long-term. So we're able to see, for instance, areas that have low connectivity, areas that have no electricity, areas that don't have, or regions that have device shortages, so that not everybody's using the same device. We need to be able to work around those. So once our partners are able to have these, this evidence and this data made available to them, then they're able to make the right decisions to work long-term on these projects with us. When we focus on the project base, which is going to be something for 6 months or 1 month, or 1 year, then you realize that you're only working to, within a log frame. You're like, okay, this are the goals I set, and this is what I want to achieve, and then I'm done. And that's not going to be sustainable for EdTech, because we need to beyond that. We need to make sure that, for some of us, these are businesses, so we need to make sure the business is running for the next century to come, something you can hand over to your children in the future. Another thing that we realized really helps with the partnerships is the community. So working with the teachers, working with the communities that we're working in. We've been fortunate to work in rural areas as well, and we realized that one of the major challenges, and not just rural areas, but is connectivity. So when we realize that the connectivity is an issue, we need to leverage the community centers, because then it's usually stronger. They normally put maybe a mast around a church or a mosque, so the network would be stronger there. So having that relationship allows the community to allow your learners to come into the space where they need it, to use the devices as they should. You can also use NGO spaces, which also have a bit of access. So we need to focus on also the design of the technology that we're using. If we design our technology in a way that isn't inclusive, so it leaves people out. So if, for instance, if we're designing only internet-only devices, then we'd have a challenge there, because we'd leave a lot of the population behind. So we need to focus on making sure our designs and our devices are something that can be used by everybody.
Thank you. Let's wrap up with a final question. We are in an era of inclusivity and equity. How can this strategy ensure that people living with disability, people in low-income communities, rural, are not left behind in this digital learning?
Right. So one of the key things is the strategy makes way for things like bringing in accessibility features in most of the platforms that we'll be putting out within this EdTech strategy when we begin the implementation. So those who, we have sign language taking place now. It tells you that when we are also creating the localized contents, one of the key features that we have to always have in mind is those who are within the areas of signing, those who cannot see, we put in accessibility features so that they can navigate the platform without any difficulty. They don't need anybody's support. They should be as free as any other person navigating around the platform. So when we enable all these accessibility features, then it gives them that strength to be bold enough to use the platforms. Offline devices, very crucial. We need to design the solutions along as we move into the online devices, we don't just do online, then offline becomes an afterthought. It should be right from the beginning. When we want to go into the implementation, we are going with both online and offline solutions. Then also within the context of spreading the devices in closer rich areas. So there are some schools that are very far. We need to build some hubs where they can, get together, take the knowledge, go back to their schools, and then, they come. So we need to intentionally build these community hubs around to make sure that people can access some of these solutions wherever they are. We do not have to limit our reach, whether in the rural areas, urban, peri-urban, wherever we are. We need to make sure that every solution reaches the very last individual within the country.
Thank you very much, Professor Kofi Sapong Edumenu, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, University of Ghana, Larry Agbado, who is the Deputy ED for Senlos, and Genevieve Simiyu, who is the COO of Chalkboard Education. We've been broaching the subject of an EdTech strategy. It's in the draft state, hoping that you parents and teachers and all stakeholders listening have learned a thing or two. Feel free to send us a WhatsApp message on what you think of the policy and what can be done to improve it. If you're listening on radio, send it to our WhatsApp number 053-998-6996. We're watching on television as well. The number is on the screen. We really want to hear from you so we can feedback some of your views to Kofi and his team, so that before the minister signs off, if there are any T's to be dotted, crossed or I's to be dotted, those will be brought in. Guest, thank you very much for being on the show. A big thank you to the MasterCard Foundation for keeping faith with EdTech, and to our friends MEST for all the facilitation. We'll see you next time with another edition of EdTech Monday. Have a good day.